What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast. Wow, I fucked up. Yeah! Mike's been doing this so long, I don't remember. All right, take two. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast, a show where we like to normalize checking on the homies. I'm Mike. That is also Mike. And if you like what we do, please like, comment, and subscribe. This week, episode 167, we got the boys, Minju and Ryan from Blindwolf in the house. Ooh. What's up, boys?
Hello.
How you guys doing?
What's up?
I haven't done that intro in so long.
I know.
I say we keep the first one.
We're going to keep both.
Yeah, both.
Both.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to show my mistakes.
Yeah. Also, we don't edit.
Yeah, we only edit if you like say something completely out of line and it's going to hurt your career. Or if Mike says something that's very conspiratorial that'll get him canceled, which happens a lot more than you'd like to think. So.
What's your favorite conspiracy?
It's like picking a favorite child. I don't know. I have a couple that I like. There was one. It's kind of boring now, but for years I feel like I used to say something about how all the higher ups in government and people in world power were pedophiles, and sacrificing children and doing all kind of demonic shit. But I guess it wasn't
There's files on it now.
Yeah.
It wasn't a conspiracy, so now it's proof.
Yeah.
Have you guys been seeing the word jerky going around lately?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Jerky.
What's that mean?
Epstein's jerky. You haven't seen that?
Buckle in, buddy.
Is this what we do on this podcast?
This is what it can spiral to.
Welcome to the Walking Blind.
No, we're saying it right here. We're saying it right here.
Yeah, we're good.
No, but yeah, welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Stoked to have you guys here.
Stoked to be here.
We had the awesome opportunity. Well, first off, you guys played with NBR a few months back at 1720.
We've played with NBR actually a lot.
Yeah.
Not Blindwolf, but our old band.
What was the band before?
On the Shoulders of Atlas.
Okay.
I remember distinctly one really memorable show with you guys was actually at Malone's on a Saturday, and you guys were playing with Being as an Ocean and the Greenery, I think.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was the best show I've ever played at that venue.
Dude.
Dude.
Yeah, that show was sick.
Yeah. So we actually played with you guys at least a few times. We just never actually,
Yeah.
just...
I'm trying to think now. What are these other handful of shows?
Dude, whatever Ben booked, like
I
those
think so,
festivals.
Yeah, I think so. Those festivals that look like a phone book with the lineup.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, those festival days were wild because you get like 12 bands on one bill, and you're like, all right, I'm going to hang out.
Oh,
see how long I can make it.
Those are the small festivals. I was talking about the ones where you would book at like the Queen Mary. And,
the 3-day long festival.
Or the one that was at like the Irvine Park or some or.
Yeah, that was with Being as an Ocean.
Yeah.
They would always get like one big headliner and then just the whole community
every
of
local
venue.
Yeah, and it was just a shit show. But,
Dude, it's crazy. It makes me feel old because we've talked about this, but like there was a flyer from 2012 that was a No Bragging Rights Creative Void show, and Being as an Ocean like opened for us, and I was like, that times have definitely changed. That was a long time ago.
Dude, you want to hear one
They're
even crazier? Fucking Silent Planet opened for us. And I remember the second I saw them, it was like the first time, before they even played, we were like talking and we're like, oh, hey, these are like the nicest guys ever. Like whatever. And then they play, and it was like, right after the first song, I was like, this is about to be the biggest band ever. God damn it. Like, why are we here?
Dude, and it's always so cool, though, to see bands playing, and you're like, fuck, yeah. I'm going to see so much more of this band very soon.
Yeah.
it's kind of, for me, it's hard to even believe it as I'm seeing it with my own eyes when I see bands like Silent Planet or maybe another one's like Dayseeker.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like people you would consider once like friends at one time, and they're like titans of the industry where it's just like, I feel almost uncomfortable calling them friends at this point.
Yeah.
But they're still, whenever I see any of those guys around still, they're still like, oh, dude, how's the band going? And I'm like, damn, you like still give a shit that I'm doing this?
Yeah.
It's cool.
There's always that weird, there are definitely people that I run into from years ago, and I'm always like, hey man, I don't know if you remember me or not, like what's up, you know, and just that awkward, like, you guys are fucking killing it right now. You probably don't recall back in 2009 when we played a basement together, but what's up, man, how you doing, you know? So it's rad, man. It's rad to see fucking all those names blow up and all those people.
And also at the same time, I feel like those artists like to like remember those times and kind of revere it as more than just like the thousands of interactions that you make now as like a bigger band. You know, it's like a little bit more memorable when you were sharing the small space together like that.
Yeah. Dude, well, shit. So let's take it back then. What for you guys? What was it that brought you guys together playing music, and what was that first band that started you guys on this path all the way to Blindwolf now?
You want me to start this one? Or?
Yeah, I think you should start this one. Yeah.
So I was in a band. Well, so me and Minju were in a band before Blindwolf called On the Shoulders of Atlas. But before Minju was in the band, Minju was 2 grades younger than all. So we all went to high school together. Me and Minju, and then the other guys that were in our old band. We went to high school together, whatever. And so when Minju was a freshman, we were juniors. And what was it? It was when Adam went to college that you stepped in, or so when, was it that when it happened?
Yeah, but well, I mean, you guys knew that Nadav was going to leave too, so like...
Yeah, so one of the main guys that was writing all that stuff, he was going to like go, he's like a genius, and he was going to Stanford, and we're like, okay, you go to don't be in a band, that's stupid. and he's like, yeah, go to Stanford, bro.
Do that, dude.
Like, he was in the grade right in between, that's why.
Yeah. And our drummer was in like drumline, and you were in drumline. Was that when you were in? Yeah, and then he's like, oh yeah, this kid Minju, like he rips. It's like, and then I was like, oh yeah, he's like, dude, check this out, and it was like him just like covering like Avenged Sevenfold on YouTube or whatever, and I was like, yeah, he rips, like that's chill.
Sick.
It's kind of how it all happened, really, and then Minju joined, and then I mean, you take it from there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like when I met these guys, I was going to their shows, and I thought it was cool because I did like listen to a lot of metal, like Avenged Sevenfold, or back in the day, a lot of like what other bands like Bullet for My Valentine, Atreyu, stuff like that. Kind of like the ones that were kind of easier to get into for people who don't listen to metal. I guess. I guess I was kind of in that phase, and then I feel like Ryan and the rest of the band really showed me like what like the metalcore, hardcore stuff really is, and then it kind of opened up like a whole new world for me where.
We started like taking him to Chain shows, like bigger, like dude. His first show ever, he got to see the Chariot at Chain. No idea. Like, like we were just like, hey, come to the show. I remember leaving that, and we were like juniors in high school, and he's like a freshman. I remember Minju's mind just being like, what the fuck did I just witness? I was like, you literally just witnessed history, kind of. Like honestly,
dude.
Was it lame?
Haste the days.
Was it lame to go to shows after that?
Kind of. I mean, right? There was nothing like the Chariot that I ever saw.
Wait, what year was this? It was Haste the Day and the Chariot?
Yeah, it's I really like, I mean, they're the one that showed me Haste the Day's Attack of the Wolf King.
And that album came out in 2011.
And that really, for me, it did it for me where that was like a perfect combination of like the metal and like the hardcore, but a little bit more on like the metal side too, in a sense. I feel like I got a lot of like interesting and like technical like leads and stuff like that kind of translated over from the style that I was listening to. But yeah, it just, I really owe it to these guys, or Ryan and the rest of the guys in the band, to like for showing me beyond like the what would be considered today like Sirius XM, like kind of like metal that like kind of a lot of people listen to, and I was kind of introduced to more stuff that.
Don't be ashamed of the dad rock metalcore.
No, I still love it.
My fucking right there, dude. I love that shit.
He's still there.
Yeah,
but,
still there.
Yeah, and then he joined, and then because then somebody, Stanford guy, we had another bass player. He ended up going like out of state for school. But then we kind of left it on him, and like so the guy that went to Stanford, he was writing like everything for us.
Yeah.
And so he would then come over and like watch like him, like he was still in the band for like one more year before he went to school. So he was kind of there, and it was kind of almost this like unspoken thing of like, fucking pay attention to what this guy does, because like you got to be the guys to fill the shoes. Which when I look back on it now, it
You
probably
should have
was.
spoken it. Why was it unspoken?
I don't know. I
Why'd you
wasn't
say
gonna,
that shit?
I wasn't gonna be the guy.
I've never written music before, and I had to fill in huge shoes.
Yeah, well,
Dude.
you figured it out. But anyways, yeah, and it just was, and we knew that was kind of what was going to happen, and we knew it was going to kind of be left to like our drummer and him.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't fucking do anything. I just was like, that's it. I provide nothing other than that.
Do you play instruments at all?
No.
Hell,
I had a guitar for a little bit. I learned, chords and shit, and then I eventually like sold it to buy drugs.
But as much as he doesn't contribute to like the actual music writing, we do have this kind of fucked up system that kind of works for us. It's that I write the music, and if I don't see Ryan being excited, even if he doesn't say anything bad about it, I'm gonna have to rewrite a song that makes him
Sure.
get this reaction. And it's a really high bar. Sometimes I can't even figure out what it is that's not connecting with him. But
I think what it is, what I've understood is there's certain things that he'll write, and it's just the way his brain works. It's just so like this technical thing, and it's crazy. And I know, and I'm like, this is awesome, but I'm putting it. I was like, and I get that it's awesome, but I can still also hear it to like the normal person's ear in a sense where I'm like, to you, it's like, this isn't even that crazy. It's like, but to someone else, it's like, how do I follow this? This is like, so I was like, of course to you, this sounds super simple, but to someone like me that I'm just like, this is good, but this is also a lot. Like, let's tone it back. And so will find that that balance. But
I'll show him bands like Animals as leaders. I'm like, see?
yeah, it's like, dude, this is
listen to what Toasty's doing, dude. It's fine.
But and that's kind of like how we became a band. And then that band, eventually that band ended. And then we didn't do anything for a while. And then he started like writing stuff for Blindwolf. And I was like kind of there in the beginning, kind of not. I was like dealing with my own shit. So it was like hard for me to like commit to that at that time in my life. And then it just, so on the first EP, that's not actually even on Spotify anymore.
Yeah. I want to get into that too. But then we had a different vocalist, and then he ended up starting a family, so it ended up not being in the cards for him to like work with us in a way that I wanted the band to work. So he ended up not working out before the first show. So Ryan actually played the first show that Blindwolf ever played.
But I wasn't on. I wasn't the vocalist that was on in the recordings.
So you had to learn all his songs, and then
And I was just like, okay, and I told him, I was like, I will fill in. I was like, but I was still just at that time in I was like, I'm not in a place where I can do this right now.
Right.
And I was like, but I can help out. I was like, you need to find someone else. He's like, okay, cool. So I played the first Blindwolf show. Then he had another guy that played like a few shows, and then that didn't. And then he was like, hey, like it's not working out with this guy now. Can you come fill in again? And I was like, okay, I guess I'll fill in. So this was like 6 or 7 months after I first filled in. Right?
What year was this?
2021.
So like right after COVID and all that shit.
Yeah, September of 2021.
Right when shows started happening again. I think.
Yeah, it was like September of 2021. And then it was like March of 2022. He then was like, hey, I need you to come fill in for another show. And I was like, okay. And I was like, you got to start looking for somebody. I was like, I'll fill in for a few. And then like one show turned into two turned into three. And then I was like, I might as well just keep fucking doing this.
Do you feel like being in the band, like we don't have to get into it, the reasons why you felt you weren't ready to play in a band again, but
we can.
Do you feel like it helped kind of like straighten everything out in your life?
I knew I wanted to do it. I mean, just to be 100% transparent, we could talk about it. I do not care. I was addicted to meth for 4 years, and I was like, I had just at that point like stopped.
Yeah.
Like literally, like I'd only been maybe like 4 or 5 months off of it. And so, but he didn't know, like, in his mind, I was probably already off of it for a while.
Why are you being so weird, dude?
Yeah. It's like,
God, honestly, so weird. I mean, it's kind of scary to think that I didn't notice any of those signs.
I was a good drug addict. I hid it from everybody. Yeah.
I practice.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really quick to notice when someone's acting weird or the energy is a little
but
different.
I was very good at just like not answering my phone.
You'd be well, that too, but then you'd be telling me that like, oh yeah, that show that we played or this interaction we had, like you were using back then. I'm like, what? Really? I had no idea. But anyways,
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, I had a buddy like that was so well versed in using drugs that half the time you couldn't tell he was fucked up.
Yeah.
The only thing you could
littlest
really
tells.
the only thing that like when I look back on pictures and stuff, dude, I weighed like fuck. I was skinny.
Yeah.
I literally looked like a 2x4 with a cock on it. Like that's fucking. I was like 125 pounds.
Holy
like
shit.
yeah, I'm 160 right now. So imagine me.
Dude, that's
Yeah, it was crazy. Eyes like super sun, but like I was going to work every day. Like I was doing
functioning.
functioning, just
head
barely
type shit.
sleep. Yeah, just and too like I'm very lucky that it didn't like really fuck up my mental because that's what happens. Like they get like schizo or like all sorts of shit, and I'm very fortunate that I didn't like lose my mind because it happens to a lot of people, and I don't know, didn't happen to me. Didn't lose any teeth.
Dude, that's
like,
huge.
I didn't fuck like I really didn't fuck anybody over. Like the only like shitty thing I did really was just like I just like wasn't really there for my friends.
Yeah,
I was very good at just being like, they're like, hey man, we're gonna go do this thing on this weekend, like on this day, like at this time, you want to go? And I'm like, bro, for sure I want to go. Hit me up. And they're like, okay. And I knew I'd like put it on my phone. I'm like, hey, they're gonna call you this day, like to be busy or whatever, you know. And I just like wouldn't answer the phone. And I know I'd be like, okay, well, they said they're going to go do this. So I'm going to give it like 3 hours and then I'll call them. And then when I call them back, I'm like, hey, man, you guys still doing that? No, dude, we're like about to leave right now. And fuck, man, I really wish I could have come. I just was like busy with this.
Damn.
Hit me up on the next one. So like I kept making, I was like, well, I got to still keep my friends. So like, I just would like be busy. So, but like, you know, and then afterwards they were like, oh yeah, that's why you weren't around that much. You just were like smoking meth and taking apart microwaves and shit. Like, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's real though, man.
Yeah.
And so during that time frame though, what was it that really triggered you to be like, yeah, I got to clean this shit up?
It literally was that it all started because I was here real quick. I don't drink Monster. They had Monsters. So if anybody's watching this, it's like
Cheers.
yeah, fucking I'm I drink yerba mate.
Welcome back to meth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right. Fuck. But what was the question? Oh, what made me get it together? Kind of.
Yeah.
What you're saying? It was literally it all started from a girl that I was dating, and I'm not gonna say like she got me on meth. Like, did she introduce it to me? Yeah, but it was my choice to like fucking do it. So I can't put all the blame on her. But then finally, she just like got out of my life, and like I was really just getting it like through her. Like she had like I never had a drug dealer. I never had a guy. Like I never did. It was all through this one chick. Who it was just not a very unhealthy thing. And then she finally one day, you know, she was like cheating on me all the time. But like I never left her because I was like, well, if she leaves, I leave the drugs. So like,
wow.
Yeah, it was a whole fucking thing. And so, and then finally, I caught her cheating on me for like the bajillionth time, and I just was like, what the fuck, like, and she was like, we need to just stop talking. Like, I'm just gonna keep being a piece of shit to you. Like, so I'm gonna like block your number and block you everywhere. Like, we're gonna start. And I just was like, no, like we can get sober together and we can
work this out.
Yeah, literally, yeah. So we could do that. And she was like, no, we can't. And she just, she wasn't working at the time. Like, she wasn't doing anything. And I remember her just being like, Ryan, like, you have a job, you have like a loving family, like you have so much fucking going for you. She's like, I'm literally fucking up everything in your life. She was like, I promise you, this is going to be the best thing I ever do for you is never talk to you again.
Dude,
and
that's huge. Wow.
And I remember, like, at the time I was like, oh no, like, and then, yeah, now I look back at it now, I'm like, oh yeah, that really was like the only good thing you like ever did for me. And was that, and like, she was right. Like I got because then after that, she stopped talking to me. And at first it was very much me just being like, fuck this girl. Like I am going to like get off this shit. And like, I'm going to be better than her because of this. And like my whole thing was, I was like, I'm going to get off it and she's going to keep using. And like, I'm going to be, but now I look back and I'm just like, I have like no ill will towards, I mean, I haven't talked to her. I don't know what the fuck she's up to, but like,
like no clue where she ended up or like,
I mean, I don't know. I think she's still like wherever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully she's fine. Like but at first I was like, fuck this chick and I'm going to get off this because of you. And then after a while I was just like, no, I just like needed to kind of get my shit together. But then right as I did get my shit together, it kind of then worked out in timing because again, he was like, I need somebody to fill in.
He's like, here's some riffs, dog.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Well, it literally was just it. Like, so I was only off of it for maybe like 4 or 5 months. And then he was like, hey, I need someone to fill in again. And I just was like, all right, like I'll do. And, I still didn't have any like intention of really fully joining when I did join. But then I just, like I said, one show turned into two turned into three. I think we even had a conversation at one point, and I was like, "Have you been looking for anybody else to fill?" And he just was like, "No," and I was like, "Okay, well."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I started writing music for the band, I had you in mind, and not that I think about it, I think when I was trying to start the band, that's when you went to rehab.
For the second time or the first time.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It's just there was like
Yeah.
the idea of me having you in the band that I, just because I always when I wrote music, it was you as the vocalist before, so naturally, like I feel like I wrote the music like kind of in the same vibe. But then I remember it was something that I couldn't do because you were dealing with this, and then I was like, oh, okay, I gotta find someone else, and that didn't work. Find someone else, and that didn't work. And then I think I was in the mindset of like, man, if no one's gonna do this, I'm gonna learn how to scream, And then I think that's when you were like, no, like,
Nah, dude.
I'll do it.
I don't want you to embarrass yourself.
I still remember. I don't think I invited you to be the vocalist. I think you just went on Instagram and said, I'm the vocalist of Blindwolf. I was like, okay.
I don't.
I'm cool with that.
Well, no. Well, I know that the first show I played when I was like it was like at FTG or whatever. I don't know. It was like March of 2022, and like. Yeah, we played that show, and it was like the first show that I was like back, and I remember going into that show, I was like, I'm just filling in, but then it was for whatever reason that show, like right after I played it, I was like, I think I got to keep doing this, and then I still was like, I got to keep doing this, but like whatever, and then I just was like, no, I should be doing this. It just felt right.
Yeah, I mean that's like me saying, me bringing that up is that it felt good that like I was like, oh, I thought I had to like convince you to be a part of this band, but it kind of felt like you took it up on yourself, like I'm the new vocalist, and.
Hell yeah.
That was good for us, I think.
It's meant to be, dude.
Finally.
I had to look it up right now because I was like, I think we played together when I was in Burner State.
Yeah, we did.
The Conviction.
With Convictions and Earth Groans, yeah.
Yeah.
There we
That
go.
was a wild show.
Yeah. We've played so many different shows with so many of your different bands.
I think it's just me wanting to play with you. I find a way.
Just wanted to
Yeah.
be part of it, man. Damn,
But yeah,
that's wild,
It's kind of the origin story of it all, and then now we're here.
dude. And then for you, Asian man to Asian man,
Oh.
what instruments did you play before guitar? Or
Oh,
were
of
there-
course, piano.
Of course, piano.
Piano,
Of course,
Yeah.
piano.
violin.
Yeah, that's a great question though. Like, since I am Asian, I was forced to do a lot of things that my parents were signing me up for.
Yeah.
And at the time, like, we can get into it later too, but my dad's business was doing really well, so we had this money that my parents were trying to put into my future, I guess. So one of those things would be learning instruments or taking classes of whatever it is that they want me to do. But it was always instruments I didn't want to learn.
Sure.
Like piano, clarinet.
You play violin?
No, I went the woodwind
Okay.
route. Yeah, when you're Asian, you start with piano and then you can go.
Then you branch
Then you
off.
branch
You
off.
can go either strings or woodwinds.
Yeah,
Should
my-
have went strings. That's closer to guitar.
Yeah.
My uncle was a violin teacher, so we all
Nice.
went violin
Yes.
because he could teach us.
I think my parents knew that you guys were all going the violin, so the pool in the woodwinds is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
they're right about that. But I think I haven't told my mom this, but I sold the really nice clarinet that I had to buy a Schecter guitar.
I remember you telling me that. And you're like, I've never told my mom that. She just never asked.
doesn't know. Oh no. I'm sorry, Mom.
Exactly. But like they.
Hey, look where it's got him now.
Yeah.
He's just losing money doing music.
Yeah.
But it was always to me. It always felt unfair to me when I was learning all these instruments that kind of against my will. I mean, like I got a lot out of it. I should have gotten more out of it. But when it came time to me saying that I want to play guitar, my parents were just kind of like, "You're on your own.
Yeah.
Buy your own guitar."
I'm gonna sell the clarinet.
You're like, fuck,
And I was like, "Why aren't you like putting money into this? Like you were putting into money for like all these instruments that I didn't want." But I think that also was ultimately really good for me because. It's not something that I'm being encouraged to do, but it's something I'm doing out of my own passion, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was cool, just like, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, the Asian Goku of my generation is the guy that played Canon Rock on electric guitar.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Wait, what?
What?
Canon Rock, the...
Oh, yeah. I know.
So that became my new Goku, and I was just like, I gotta do this shit, And then that's why I feel like when you met me, I was like just listening to like more technical kind of like metal than
Yeah.
hardcore and stuff. So I don't know, like since I have that kind of background, I think when I am making Blindwolf, I try to combine like a little bit of that and a little bit of what you showed me, you know.
I do have like these little memories of just like when we did start like hanging out with you and like and be like, yo, check this band out. And it's like when you show someone a new band and you know they're gonna like it, and like it just was like it felt really, because I knew he was kind of just getting into it, and I'm like, you should like listen to, like August Burns Red or something like that, or things like that. And I'm like, oh, I know this kid's gonna fucking love this, and it's gonna really like shape him and really just be like, oh. And every time, you know, he's like fucking stoked.
Those are some good times, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that awesome when you're discovering music?
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like that to me as much now when I'm discovering music. I feel like it's so much harder to find something that I feel like that.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to like recapture that feeling that you had.
Yeah, you never forget
when you
your
first heard
first.
that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the first time I heard like As Lay Dying or like Parkway Drive or think like that early era of metalcore, I was like, this is it for me. Like this is my whole life, you know?
Dude, when Horizons came out,
Dude,
that was like the biggest thing ever.
And what's crazy too is like when I first heard it, I was like, I love this, but it is what it is. Like it's cool. And then I watched that DVD.
Dude, we were just talking about that
And
literally
it
like,
fucking changed my life. I was like, this is my favorite band of all time. Like, it's crazy.
There's got to be, I don't know how this would be studied or whatever, but like that DVD, there's like other ones too, I'm sure. Like I'm older generation. Like for me also, we had the No Effects 10 Years of Fucking Up.
Well,
And,
remember we used to always get those like Epitaph little DVD samplers too that would have a bunch of random clips and shit. Those too.
Yeah. But like those like doc style kind of things of a band, you see like the behind the scenes and you see how they do it. The Parkway one though, I feel like that one has, I don't know who being in a band watched that and like wasn't moved.
Dude, it was so inspiring. I was like, dude, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to sleep outside. Like, that sounds awesome. I want to be homeless, essentially. Like, that sounds dope.
It made you realize you weren't touring right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no one did it like them either. I feel like, what other band do you see as like a commercial and a Billabong surfing thing? Or,
Yeah.
I feel like in Australia, they're from Australia, right? Like, they're one of like the biggest artists to come out of the country, where it's like it kind of skews things a little bit. Where it's, you can't even imagine that in the States, you know? I mean, I guess things are changing with bands like Sleep Token getting so big and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought that was that was just very, very crazy to think that like Parkway Drive is their Taylor Swift pretty much, you know? Like
Like it's crazy that they're like mainstream.
Yeah.
And for back then too.
And what's even crazier too is like even recently they've announced that Parkway.
Drop it. Sorry, I totally.
No, you're good.
just give me the monster.
Parkway is the biggest export.
You put it down there, and then I
From
can't do
Australia.
shit. Sorry, I keep fucking up everything.
No, you're good. You're good. Parkway is like Australia's biggest export, like across the board. So like when it comes to music, merchandising, and everything like that,
You think so?
No, it's like
It is, right?
yeah, on paper. They're
Really?
yeah.
What other Australian? What can you think of an Australian pop star that's really?
Yeah.
Well, when you say exports, I'm like,
because
literally out of
like everything in Australia. I
so
think
no
it was
Parkway,
even-
their GDP is just like way more down.
It was even like on a Parkway like little mini documentary recently, like in the last year or two, and then they were like the fucking they did the theme song for like Fox Footy or whatever, like Fox soccer out there.
Yeah.
Like they're playing the fucking
Oh, I saw. I
intro
think I
and shit
saw
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Like they're like this like unreal level of huge coming out of Australia. And then on top of that, they just fucking rip it everywhere they go. So yeah. And if you watch like all of their like content, like their DVDs and like all the documentaries they all do it everything's done in house. And so like those dudes handle every aspect of everything that they do, even down to their stage show and they're like live and shit. And you're like, well, no wonder you guys are making fucking money because you're not paying anybody else to do this shit for you, you know? So
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like when countries like ride with their artists. Like Speed, you see it with Speed.
Yeah.
dude, Speed was in like fucking Australian Foot Locker commercials.
Damn.
Doing like commercials for Air Maxes and shit. Like fuck yeah, dude.
So sick.
Yeah, Australia rocks with their artists hard. But was it you that was saying that when you guys were there, they were playing Parkway like in the grocery store?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, actually, same thing with not Australia, but in Canada. I remember we were in like a grocery store and they're playing Alexis on Fire.
Yeah,
That's sick.
I see that.
I imagine it's one of their newer songs probably because I can't imagine him going to Walmart and goes Boneyard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's like a level of like. Oh, I'm still sitting on the fact that the biggest export.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I think Polaris just played their headlining festival yesterday, like next to a beach.
That's so
Yeah.
nuts.
Polaris is so good too. Do they have a new guitar player?
Yeah, they. I mean, I actually through my friend Gene. Shout out Gene from Differences. He knows that I love Polaris, and then when they played their last tour, they needed someone to help them like take their gear from like their storage from the venue to the storage, and the venue was San Diego. I live in Irvine. LA is like north, so I'm kind of in the middle. So like I got to help them out and also see them backstage at the show, and then that's when their the guitarist who's I guess he's permanent now, but at the time it was the guy that was filling in Pretty Big Shoes, and then he was so good, man. I think he's from a band called Wind Waker, and yeah, now he's in the band. But yeah, the guy the guitarist of Polaris is someone that I honestly looked up to a lot, and he's younger than me and just like way better at everything. So I was really like bummed to hear that when he passed, and I was like, there's no way they're gonna get someone who's gonna do it like him. But I was very impressed seeing that guy.
Dude.
Oh, he passed away. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he passed away.
Well, their original like guitar player that wrote everything passed away. Yeah,
It's like a YouTube guy that got in the band. And, yeah.
kind of like you.
Well, like I never had a popping YouTube channel like you did.
Yeah, true.
Not yet.
I made those videos to show you.
Yeah.
And your band.
Yeah, but Australia just does that sound correct.
Yeah.
They're just so fucking good at this shit, dude. Like, yeah. And even the bands that you guys would play with out there seemed like they were all fucking good.
Oh, yeah, that was dope.
I feel like whatever genre it is, they're just good at phrasing their like riffs or whatever, like what makes their music interesting and catchy, and at the same time it's I don't know, like for the most part, yeah, even I feel like bands like Northlane, they're not as technical as Polaris, but they have such a signature sound to them, and yeah, I feel like Australian bands are very intentional with their sound as opposed to some of the other bands that you might kind of find other places where it's like, yeah, these guys sound cool, but there's nothing like really like original about them that makes them stand out like these Australian bands. Sometimes.
Yeah.
We went out to Australia with a band called Dream on Dreamer, and they were interesting because they're an Australian-based band, but their singer is German, and so their lyrics were like interesting because it's like he used words like triumphant, and like all these like words we don't really use in our shit.
Almost sounds like old English.
Yeah.
There's I showed you that Korean metalcore band, right?
What were they
They're
called?
called N these days.
Oh yeah.
The vocalist, he does speak English, but he's definitely more comfortable in Korean, and also I think he speaks German too. I think, or one of the European country languages. But then like it's cool that like when you scream, you can't really tell like the accent or anything, but it's from the choice of words, right? It's just like, oh, like not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's like it sounds like it's coming from someone who's not speaking English in a sense, but it still sounds fluent because it's I don't know. It's kind of like how when English singers sing, like their English accent goes away. You know?
Yeah. That's how that the early like Crystal Lake stuff was.
Yeah.
Like you could tell English wasn't his first language, but he was still like screaming and singing in English.
It's how like all the Japanese bands are. I have a buddy that's in Japan, and like when he goes to like local shows out there all the time, and every once in a while I'll go like check out the bands that he'll go see. I'm like, let me just listen to this, and they do it all in English, but it's like the same thing. You're like, okay, clearly English isn't your first language, but it's really cool that you're doing this in English.
I just found a band from Taiwan called Kana or Kana, something like that, Cana, and they almost sound like pop punkish, like 4 Years Strong, but heavier. Like screaming with singing choruses and shit like that. And they're so fucking good at what they do. You're listening to it, you're like, fuck yeah, this rips. And then I look them up. They only have one single. Like, it's their first song. Oh, you guys are this good, this out the gates. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I've seen like other Taiwanese bands, like blow up on like social media, and I'm like, damn, I've never heard of these guys, but these guys are. Yeah. I feel like there's not much attention to the bands coming out from those areas, but that might soon change with all these clips that I'm seeing.
All the clips that I've seen though, and all our friends that have played out there have all said though that the mosh pits are immaculate. Like.
In Taiwan specifically?
Just Southeast Asia, like
okay.
all those, because everybody actually knows martial arts.
Chris Bass,
like fucking spin kicks and like yeah,
that's
like, and the mosh pits just look beautiful, and you're like, what the fuck?
It's like watching Blaze of Glory.
Dude, I want to go just for that, because I know I'm not talented like that.
Would you mosh in that?
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, yeah, I don't. Mosh
I don't mosh now.
Yeah. were you a mosh kid back in the day? Then,
dude. So the last time that I like genuinely moshed, I think I was like 17 or 18, and I was in Atlanta at the Masquerade, and I had my fucking my bandana on my face, and I was moshing to Under Oath.
Hell yeah.
And that was the first time I got knocked out. The second time I got knocked out, Showcase for August Burns Red. Wasn't even moshing. I was just standing there enjoying myself. Somebody kicked me in the face. I woke up in the arms of a big guy behind me, and he was like, "You good?" I was like, "Yeah." Just foot straight to the face. And since then, I'm just like, I'm all right. Every now and then, I might jump in and throw an elbow or like half-ass spin kick, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a handful of those instances where I'm not even moshing, I'm just watching, and then
dude, when you got kicked in the balls at fucking Greyhaven, dude, oh my god.
That one I was gonna start up mosh because I love Greyhaven, and all the fans were just kind of there to watch the other bands, I feel like. And,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm talking about, I don't know, did you see that clip of me getting rocked in the face last night?
Where?
I have a homie, his name is Joe, shout out Joe as well, but he was editing videos for Diego's other band, like Into Nothing. Diego's our drummer.
Oh yeah.
And then he got a multi-angle thing set up at the Sardine in San Pedro. I'm not sure if you guys been there, but yeah, it has like multi-angle of me just like standing, and then someone literally just coming and punch, and like
and then he switches.
And then like I go away. I duck down into the crowd, and you can see me getting up, putting my glasses back on, putting my hat back on, and then you can see people be like, "You okay? You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And then I'm like, I move up to like, if someone invites me, like, "Yo, stand up here," and it's all got there too. It's like, yeah, it follows me when I was trying to mosh for your band before I was in it.
Yeah.
Your friends would punch me. Like not on purpose, but they're bigger than me, so and then I stop, and then I'm still getting the same treatment in a sense.
Wow.
Dude, and nobody's safe, man.
Yeah.
I got fucking
exactly
at one of the creator tattoo parlor shows. Adrian, Harsh Reality, just kicked me in the dick as hard as possible. I was like, "Fuck you, dog." Shit hurt.
Yeah. I had to go home.
Well, that was Norma Jean and Greyhaven,
yeah,
right?
And Norma Jean's like one of my favorite bands, and like I couldn't even see them because like I was throwing up from.
Dude, so like Greyhaven played, and we were like, and then like he's like, I'm just kind of start, because everyone was just standing, and he was like, I'm gonna start this pit a little bit, and I see him kind of start pushing people, and then I kind of see him just like kind of walk off, and I was like, and it was like during their last song, and I was like,
last breakdown, no one moshed the entire time. I was like, I didn't even hit anyone. I was just kind of like trying to open up a pit, and then the middle band, they're Fire from the Gods, and I think they just have like an older demographic where people like aren't cool with moshing and throwing down.
Yeah, exactly. More of like an old school.
And I think it was partly my fault that I didn't recognize that, and I was trying to start a pit in front of these, I don't know, middle-aged guys who were just trying to watch a show, and I think they were just threatened. So. Well, he was, and he just straight up just kicked me in the balls, and I remember like I went
that hard,
like this, and then like I'm like looking at him like, why would you, like fall to my
why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
I remember being like in pain and just being so pissed. I'm like, why would you do that?
You just like get that inner child comes out of you when like somebody does something fucked up to you, and you're like a little kid, and you're like, why why would you do that?
To deserve this?
Yeah. But yeah, then I remember I was like, oh, weird. I didn't know it happened right at that moment. Like I didn't know what was going on, and I was like, oh, Minju must be outside, like vaping, like between. And so I was like, I'm gonna go find him. And so I go like outside, or I go wherever to find him, and he's just like sitting down. And he's just like holding his stomach, and I was like, dude, like, are you good? Like I thought like his stomach hurt. Now just
Yeah.
that. He's like, oh, I got kicked in the balls. He's like, bro, I think I'm gonna like throw. Like he like couldn't like walk. Like he was like, he's like, I'm gonna throw up right now, dude. Like, and I was like, damn, like it's that bad. Like I was like, fuck, that's like that bad. Like then he left early. He was like, I'm just gonna go home. Like, this is like too much. He was like, this is too much to handle. And I was like, all right, well, like I think I drove that.
No. But when I said that, you were just saying like, damn, that's crazy. You got kicked in the balls, so now you can't even watch your favorite band. And I was like laughing. I'm like, don't make me laugh. It hurts more.
That must have been so hard. Fuck you for ever kicking him in the nuts like that.
Dude, yeah. And so I was like, well, I mean, shit, that's a bummer. But I think I drove that night. So like I was like, well, I drove, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry. And they're like, yeah, like you Ubered back or whatever the hell happened. Yeah.
Damn,
Dude, that's, I mean,
That's how I knew it was bad. He's like, I'm gonna leave, and I was like, oh, okay, this is like actually like really bad. You got hit in the nuts hard. It's not just like a funny thing. Like this
Yeah.
is like a jackass fucking hit to the nuts. Yeah,
that hurts my
man.
stomach, dude.
yeah. Isn't that
Bad-
crazy?
bad
When somebody
times.
talks about getting hit in the nuts, you just immediately go like, oh,
I just think of baseball for me.
ooh,
Got hit in the balls with a baseball.
Yeah.
like off the bat, or somebody threw it
no,
up.
no.
No cup?
Either way.
Yeah, either
I
way.
had a cup.
Dude, that sometimes
why
with
he's
a cup,
alive.
sometimes with a cup, it's even worse.
Because it just
Yeah.
rocks everything.
Yeah, either that or do you know fucking one nuts like.
Oh,
Dude, okay, I don't even want
squeeze.
Oh, fuck, dude. Damn. Yeah.
I don't like remember it. I don't remember the details anymore, but it was someone stealing, and I was like, I had to slide, and it was like a one hop, and it just like I feel like it hit me under.
Oh.
It just like
You got that little
yeah,
the spin up. Ugh.
yeah. Like I didn't. I was like trying to like slide and like block it, and just went under.
Hey, speaking of cups,
Yeah.
do you feel like it should have been worn the other way around, or am I just crazy?
Wait, like flipped upside down?
Yeah,
catch-
so like
like a
cups
glove?
so cups the balls, you know?
Yeah, no, I
and
get
then-
what you're
you know what I
saying. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Wait, I thought you were talking like this.
I was like, dude.
So that it just catches the ball instead, and it just fucking rocks you like every time. You get it.
That's how you got out at first. The first base, just fucking get a good Kegel on that bitch.
That's funny. I think I'm pretty sure I did think that when the first time I saw it.
Yeah, it just feels like you know the shape should like just cup your balls and then.
Dude, we get it, dude.
I'm
Your
pretty sure
fucking
my-
dick's huge.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
My brother,
The dick's small. Balls are pretty big though.
I'm pretty sure my brother did the whole like, you're Darth Vader now, bro.
Oh. That's fucking.
Yeah, dude. Well, speaking of Norma Jean,
Yeah.
how was the Norma Jean show?
It was great. I mean, Norma Jean is like at least Ryan and I's favorite, one of our favorite bands.
They're
we've been
definitely in my
listening to.
top. They're in like my. I'd say they're in my top 5, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're like one. I'd say they're like the lower half of the top 5 though, for sure. But,
For me, it's a little higher up.
yeah, I think for him it's probably a little bit higher
a lot
up.
of my influences. But yeah, I was actually talking to him about this a little earlier. Like, it was awesome, you know, like people dream about stuff like that where you get to open for your favorite band, and then like it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen usually, or you feel so like far from achieving that, and then just from like our friend Gabe, shout out to him
Yeah,
for getting
fucking shout out Gabe.
where
Shout out
he's
Gabe.
Gabe, I mean, on not even just Norman. Gabe is the fucking man.
yeah.
Dude, he's the archivist, man.
Is that camera looking at me? Fucking, I love you, Gabe. You're the best.
Yeah, but yeah, so we were able to get this like awesome opportunity through him, and you know we played, and it was great and everything, but it was definitely different in a sense than I expected when I was growing up, dreaming about playing with my favorite band. Like I guess like when you're younger, you're kind of a little bit more optimistic, and also you're not as experienced in like the band thing, so you're thinking like, oh, if like the one person that matters sees me or sees my band, or the right person, or in this case like my favorite band, if they see me, I think that's gonna open up doors for me or whatever. Like you have these kind of like unreal expectations, and I'm not saying that guy had that expectation going into this show, but I'm finally here where we're able to play for my favorite band, and then the guys in Norma Jean, they really liked us. Like
Yeah, they were all super nice, and they talked to us, and they fucked with us.
That was cool. And then I wanted to get my CD signed at the end because the fanboy I am. So I was talking to vocalists a little bit, even though the rest of the band was like super like hyped up on us and was saying like we're like kind of gassing us up. The vocalist kind of like he wasn't being a dick or anything, but then you kind of just like could tell that he was just like, yeah, you guys are pretty good. But then I could tell just inside is like, oh, you've seen so many of bands like me or like myself where, like when you see like a band that's truly special, you probably act a little differently. So in a sense, like that was really good for me where, okay, so like now I'm at the stage where this happened and I felt like I was inspired. Like, and I feel like if maybe I was a little younger, I would be very discouraged from this.
Sure.
But then, yeah, I was just like, wow, this is so cool that I got to do this. Mm-hmm. And then just from seeing his reaction, like complimenting us, even from that, I could tell like, oh, I got a long ways to go if I want to truly stand out as like a musician, So, yeah, that was really good for me. Ever since then, I've been really trying to like get better at guitar, get better at producing music, whatever it is. Like, it was really good for me. I don't know. That's what you got, but that was my experience.
I had fun. It was cool. They're all really nice, and yeah, that like I said, it was just like, damn, I've been listening to this band for fucking ever.
Sure.
And we're playing with them. Like I said, they're all really cool. Got to see them, watch them like side stage. Their bass player's name's Clay. He was super. I talked to him the most. He was super nice, like super nice. I mean, he just was like, I was like talking to him at one point. I was like, oh, I gotta go do this, and he's like, you're not leaving, right? And I was like, no. And he's like, okay, cool. And I was like, of course I'm not gonna leave before you play with them. Like, I didn't say that to him, but in my head I was like, yeah.
I mean,
it was just cool. He was like, wow, you're sticking around, right? Like he like wanted to hang out more, and I was just like, yeah. But in my head I was like, bro, like I'm more. I don't care that I played. I want to see you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool that we got to play. But like,
I'm stoked I played. But it was a free ticket to you.
Yeah. And people fucked with us. We played. I think we played really well that night as well. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you're usually a harsher critic on us. Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. I feel like more times than not, I'm like, I think we did good. And Minju's like, I fucked up on this thing.
All I'm thinking about right now is like, I feel like I almost sacrificed the nut for this opportunity. In a way. Like, I made an early investment, and then now you
were repaid.
Yeah, exactly. I think, it made me feel okay afterwards.
They saw the footage.
Basically, Gabe, you didn't do shit. It was nuts, dude.
That he almost lost. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a really cool perspective to have because, like you said, you could easily get bummed out when you like meet someone and their level of stokedness isn't there. But it's like, how many bands has Norgene played with?
Exactly.
How many shows have they done?
They've been a band since 1994. I was born in 1994.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Same, totally. Also born in 1994.
Sorry.
Yeah. When were you born?
About that time.
The 90s?
But yeah, no, it was super cool. And then to literally then like a week later, played fucking Chain. That show was also just fucking crazy. That was a very just full circle.
That show was fun.
That was such a full circle. So the first show I ever played was at Chain, January 2nd, 2008.
Shit.
Sick.
No, okay, yeah. I thought I was
Did you
doing
play
something.
that show?
Yeah, that'd been crazy. But yeah, January 2nd, 2008 was the first show I ever played, and I got to play Chain. And then so like when Brandon called us, or he called me. I'm like, what's up, Brandon? And this was like 3 weeks before they even started like booking it. And he was like, oh yeah, December 13th, I need Blindwolf. And I was like, all right, it's like 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
So like, kind of short notice.
Hey man, we're playing with Norgene, dude. We don't have time.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, bro.
You heard this.
Yeah, but no, well,
We gave up a nut for this, okay?
yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I was like kind of being a dick. I was like, kind of short notice, Brandon, but I mean, if it's worth it, I guess we'll do it. Like, huh? And he just was like, well, Chain's closing, and this is going to be the last local show, and like, I want you guys to play. And I just was like, huh? I was like, what the fuck you just say to me, dude?
Yeah.
And he just was like, yeah, like this. And I like started tearing up. I was like, okay, yeah, like I'll talk to the guys. And I just was like, dude, what the fuck? Because it was like super full circle for me. Like the first show I ever got to play there, and now I'm getting to play like one of the last shows there. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
There's already a huge void with Chain gone. I feel like I was talking to another guy from another band, and he was talking about like does Blindwolf have a booking agent? Because like we're having a hard time like trying to book shows, and I'm just thinking for ourselves like, damn, like yeah, like we don't, and I don't know what we're gonna do now either. Really, like what I mean, just.
I feel like it's going way more back to like DIY more so than ever.
No, but then there are no DIY venues.
I mean,
left.
then there's
those ones they're all just going one by one.
So
going
that's
away.
why we're gonna start throwing shows in here.
Dude,
Imagine
50 people, dude. We can do it.
Acapella.
But what about for you guys? I mean,
space.
like for your projects, since you guys are from like the Inland Empire, I feel like there's a little bit more like local venues around here that you guys can kind of. There's DBZ. There's also like Rockefeller.
Yeah, we haven't played DBZ yet, and I feel like that's like the kind of the closest thing to us now.
Is Rockefeller still doing shows?
I think they're starting to do shows again.
Okay.
I think so.
I know that out here, they are starting to pull a lot more shows in breweries and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like Easy Out's playing a spot in Riverside called Brew Crew that has been doing a lot more punk shows. Hangar 24 in Riverside is doing some shows too.
Oh, yeah.
We might have one lined up there. We're just waiting to find out. And then I know there's a spot in Redlands called the District that has started to do more shows. DNG just played there as like one of their first heavy shows, and apparently it went well.
Awesome.
Yeah, those guys are sick.
So there's little places popping up here and there. The Green Turtle just came back in Whittier.
I never played it, but I remember it from like way back in the
Green
day.
Turtle?
Yeah.
Green Turtle's tight. Thank God you don't have to go up those stupid ass stairs at the back anymore. You can just load it in the front. So yeah, they've got, I think Silverback is the one that's booking over there now too.
Nice.
So yeah, so there's places popping up. The genuine question is like, what's the longevity of these places going to be?
Yeah.
Because like shows and spots pop up all the time, but then
It's also
as
not their
soon
main
as-
thing either.
Yeah. And then as soon as they start to get bigger, or as soon as people start to hear the name more often, then people start noticing, right? And then now you're looking at insurance issues, and you're looking at weird shit. Like, since the start of this podcast, we've talked about like looking for a location, opening a venue, and stuff like that. And I just get so disheartened every time like I reach out and find out like, first off, pricing on these places.
Yeah.
Like, I found a spot that was like around chain sized in San Bernardino, and it was like 17 fucking grand a month.
Oh shit.
And I was like,
Jesus.
that's not even reasonable.
I was like, to own the place?
I was like, that's not even fucking reasonable to do this. Like,
Yeah.
And then, you can get other places for way cheaper but they're not zoned for like entertainment.
Yeah.
And it comes with its own like list of issues.
Yeah.
And so it's weird. It's like everything's shifting back to like bars with venues,
Stages,
right?
yeah.
Bars with stages, bars with like a place to play music, and is their sound good enough for like you guys run tracks and you guys have a full setup. Can a bar handle you guys' whole rig, or so yeah, I think that's the biggest thing right now is like we're running out of spaces like Chain. The spaces that we do have that are like that charge fucking arm and a leg for a promoter or a band to set up a show there.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do? Fucking backyard shows all over again.
Even midnight hours closing after those years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
It just looks like it's just going away as a whole.
Which is wild because we had such a solid run after COVID.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
fuck, we're playing everywhere and anywhere.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm a little bit older than you guys, but like when I was in high school, we had in UCR they had the barn and they would do shows.
I remember hearing about that place.
Yeah, and then we had some other spots in like downtown Riverside, but then we had the Showcase Theater, which was like
Yeah.
a staple. And then if you really wanted to venture off, then you can go to Anaheim, go to Chain Reaction, and then we had the Glass House still. And then I remember when the barn closed down, it was like devastating. And then the Showcase closed down, and that was even.
Did you guys ever play at the Nitty Gritty?
In
I've
Rancho?
never been, but
Yeah.
that place
Yeah.
looked awesome
It was
from
sick.
videos.
Yeah.
It was sick.
That was fun, man.
That was just a venue, right? Or
It was like an
Warehouse.
industrial park area that had. I mean, it was a venue, technically, but it wasn't like it wasn't like Chain was, or it wasn't like Showcase was. It was literally like in the middle of like other businesses.
Yeah. Well,
Like an
it was like
industrial
church.
complex.
It was like a church basically,
Yeah.
right? And then they would do shows.
So, maybe that's another thing we'll see come back too. Is just like church youth rooms.
Oh yeah,
Dude, we played so many churches back in the day. I don't know how they I mean, I guess it makes sense why they allowed it.
Dude, we used to play so many shows that like we would get asked by the pastors in Creative Void. Like we'd get asked by the pastors like, hey, you can't say that.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, cool. And then we just have the whole crowd say it instead of us. You guys know this fucking lyric. But yeah, I mean, dude, Set Free and Ukaipa used to throw dope shows. There were some churches in Riverside that used to throw dope shows. The Ship.
Dude, there's just nothing in Orange County anymore.
Yeah. Or by Mariners Church. Why don't we just book a show there?
That we probably could. We could figure. I don't know. Yeah, it's just because we're like, I mean, we're not all Orange County, but I mean, me and him are, but it's just like, but still, regardless, even if we weren't in Orange County, there's like nothing there anymore. Sure. I was talking to Brandon the other day. I was like, dude, just start booking at Malone's again, dude. Fuck it. Like,
the place is cursed.
It is cursed, but
well, it's just like, dude, Stages.
Yeah. Well, Stages is Malone.
Yeah. It's like Stages is too big for its own good, right? And having those like separate areas.
Yeah.
Like there's so much space in there, but the shows that are being thrown there, unless you throw like 9 bands on a bill, there's too much space.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like,
and those awkward tables and shit too.
Yeah.
That place was so convenient for us though back in the day. We had a lockout space like
that I lived out of.
That he lived out of for a little bit. That was
on the same street. Yeah.
Literally, we could just roll our fucking gear.
Gemini?
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got kicked out of there.
Yeah.
Really?
Wasn't me.
Do you want to hear that story?
Which building are you guys in?
B, I think.
I don't remember. So basically, what had happened? Well, first of all, he was living there, like full on, and then
I was supposed to go to university, but I didn't, and I just kept doing this music thing. So
shouldn't have sold that clarinet, dog.
Exactly. Fuck.
Yeah, but yeah, and so he was living out of there. You know, we just got a bunch of strikes. We were smoking weed in there, but the thing that then really did it, which I get, we were literally packing up. We're about to leave to go play a show in fucking Vegas. Like the next day, we were staying in Vegas that night. We're like, we got a hotel. We stayed at like the New York. I like found some sweet deal.
Sick.
This is a whole story. So anyways, we're like, all right, like we packed our shit up and we're like, all right, before we leave, like let's take another couple rips of the bong before we leave. Fucking for whatever reason, we did it with our door like wide open. Fucking set the whole fucking fire alarm system off in the entire building. But all our gear was already packed up, and we heard the fire alarm go off, and we're like, "Fuck!" We're like, maybe if we just leave, it'll go away. No. So we did.
The owner was cool about it too. He's saying like, I don't care if you smoke weed, just don't do it inside. I installed new smoke alarm, so don't do it. And then we just did it.
We just did it anyways. Yeah. And so then so we leave, and we're like, maybe it'll just go away, hopefully, you know. And then we're maybe fucking like 25 minutes into the drive in Vegas, and he calls me. He's like, hey, and he had cameras everywhere, and he's like, hey, like I know this. I checked the cameras. I know
fucking you watched you guys.
Yeah, I know it was you fucking idiots. You know, he's like, I've warned you guys. Like, this is like your third strike. Like, you guys are done. Like, come back and like get your shit out. And I was like, we're literally driving to Vegas right now to play a show, man. And he just was like, all right, well, when are you back? And I'm like, we're back on like this day. And he's like, okay, then like when you get back, like get your shit out and like you're done. And I was like,
can you tell my unfortunate part of the story while I pee right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
go
for it.
Back to this story because this story is epic. So, yeah, the guy that owned, I'm assuming he's still the same guy. He called. He's like, yeah, you guys are fucking done. I saw it was you guys that set off the fire alarms. I'm like, we're literally driving to Vegas right now to play a show. He's like, when are you guys gonna be back? We're like, Sunday. He's like, okay, we'll get your shit out. Like, you guys have already caused all these fucking problems. You're done. All right, whatever. So then, Minju's like, fuck. Like,
yeah, this is a serious problem for me.
Yeah, Minju's like, well,
my house.
I'm homeless now. Well, so fuck. Minju's like, you know what? At least I got my van. And we had this piece of shit van that we were driving. And we're like, yeah, you got the van, Minju. We're good.
What kind of van was it?
Dude, it was...
Honestly, dude, it's not a piece of shit. It just didn't run well. You know? It was like nice inside.
Yeah, it was one of those like...
conversion vans, high top, leather, everything, walnut wood.
Had like the little like TV in it.
Was it a Dodge?
Man?
No, it was a Ford.
It's a Ford.
That was you guys' conversion.
But like had like like nice. Yeah, and Minju's like, at least I got the van, dude. We get to Corona.
Dude, let's go back a little bit. We gotta get gas. You know?
Okay. Yeah. So also too. Yeah. So yeah, we're before the landlord even like calls us. We're like, we gotta get gas before. So we go get gas.
I'm all over the place. Like we were smoking, and I'm like all like
we set on fire all
and
over.
I'm recently homeless. Yeah.
And on top of that, while I fill up the gas, I put my wallet on the gas pump and drive off. And then when we hit like Green River, that kind of area,
we hit Green River Drive.
I'm like, oh, I forgot my wallet, and then I called the gas station, and then like they didn't help me out or anything. So like, I guess we gotta go back. We go back, and there's like the clerk shows me like a clip of someone literally grabbing my wallet. I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. So we went back for no reason.
Yeah.
And now we're going back to
Vegas. And so now we're going back. So we get back to like we're getting
Green River again.
Getting into Green River. Literally, we're like, all right, we're right back to where we just were.
Yeah.
But we're like, it's all good. We're going to Vegas. Minju might have lost his wallet and his house, but we got the van. Yeah. We got the van. Fucking 10 minutes after passing, not even passing Green River, the radiator just explodes. No. And we're like, fuck,
dude.
And so then we're just like stuck on the fucking side of the fucking freeway. And then we end up convincing this one band to like let us. We're like,
their van.
Yeah. So fucking, I'm like, all right. We're like, let us borrow your van. We'll pay you. And they're like, fucking okay, fine. We're like, we literally just need it for this weekend. And I was like, all right, there's the plan. You guys stay here and get the tow truck to come pick up this van. And like, we'll unhitch the fucking trailer. Like, and it kind of worked out perfect timing. And we're like, I'm gonna take a fucking Uber to. It was like all the way in like. Fucking, it was far from where, dude, like the Uber was like fucking like $90 because like we were already in Corona and we had to go all the way to like Cyprus, I think is where we had to go.
It's more than you're gonna make for the show in Vegas.
Oh, man. Yeah, 100%.
We were never gonna make money.
Yeah, we were. It didn't even matter. We were already out. Yeah, in the radiator and our Minju's house. It was all fucked. Anyways, and so it was just a shit show. And then I get in like the Uber with whoever came with me. We go get the fucking van. We drive the van back to Green River. So this is the third fucking time I'm driving to fucking Green River Road. I'm like, God damn it. But it worked perfect timing because it was literally the tow truck had just got the van up on the thing. We hooked up the trailer. We're like, all right, like we're on the fucking way now. Yeah. We've got a perfectly working van. This is all good.
So wait, so where did the tow truck take your van?
It went to my mechanics in Anaheim.
He's like, yeah, just take it there, whatever. He was like, well, we're gonna have to. He's like, so then we get in the van. We're all, and Minju's just sitting there like, oh my God,
life is
dude,
done.
What the fuck? And
lost 2 homes in one night.
And then, fucking, I mean, we can decide if we want to cut this part or not. But and then and then our. I won't say who, but someone that was with us, not me and Minju, mom and dad, goes, well, you know what? I got all this acid. Why don't we just take that? I didn't partake in it. Minju's like, there's no way I'm going to go into another dimension while my life is
especially while
apart.
I'm this upset.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, and I was like, I think I was driving, and I was like, bro, I'm not trying to fucking, no. Yeah. But like all the other guys that weren't driving who were like, oh yeah. I was like,
I couldn't believe the amount of fun they were having.
Minju was so bummed, and like I just was like, yeah, like I was like, no, you know. And also too, the lockout was like actually under my, like when we got it, I put it under my name for whatever reason. So technically, I got evicted. Like they didn't get evicted. So I was kind of stressed. 'Cause I was like, is this gonna affect like my shit? Yeah. It didn't, but like it didn't in the long run. But I technically have like an eviction on my, but it wasn't like from like a, I don't know,
living situation.
Yeah, it didn't because I've been able to rent places since then, so it's been fine. But anyways, so then we finally get to Vegas like pretty late. Fucking half of the guys are just frying their fucking balls off. I pull into fucking New York, or whatever. We get there. And I'm like, hey, and like I booked the rooms or whatever. I'm like, hey, like here's our shit. We have the room, and they're like looking up our shit, and they're like, oh, we only have you booked for like one room. And I was like, no. And I like pull up the confirmation email. I was like, I got 2 fucking rooms. Like we already just. I was like, I went through so much shit today. Like I was like, I don't care if it says you only have it. I have 2. I paid for 2. You're giving me 2. And then they're like, well, the only 2 that like we have left are like these like deluxe suites or whatever. And I go, looks like you're giving us deluxe suites then. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to fucking tell you. And they do. We had the fucking jacuzzi in the fucking room, dude. In both rooms. Had the hot tub. Bro, they had these like fucking green like windows and shit. It was a fucking trip. So we get there and then I'm like, these guys are all frying balls. I was like, I want beer or anything right now because like I'm bummed and he's obviously bummed. We're like, let's just go. There was like a CVS on the strip somewhere. So we go to CVS. Then, fucking another weird shit thing happens. We go into CVS, we get our beer and like a bottle of Jameson or whatever the fuck it was, and we go up to the counter. And like, I'm like with the two of the dudes that are like frying balls, and they're just like, we walk into CVS and they're like, oh, the lights, like, oh, like. And I'm like, dude, come on, children. And I go and I put the shit on the counter, and I'm like, okay, like we're fucking buying this. And then the guy's like, all right, let me see your ID. I'm like, fucking okay, here you go. And he looks at me and he looks at the ID and he like looks at me and he's like, oh, you know Jim, huh? And I'm like, huh? I'm like, who the fuck is Jim? He's like, come on, bro. Like, I know you know Jim. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, no, you know Jim. And he like slides me back the app. This is the guy working at CVS.
Like, he thought you had a fake ID?
No, I still to this day, I don't know who Jim was. I don't know what this guy was fucking thinking. He just goes, he's like, so you know Jim? I'm like, huh? And he slides the alcohol back towards me and he goes, well, he's like, all right, have a good one. And I go, am I gonna pay for this? And he's like, hey, these guys know Jim, huh? To like one of his coworkers. He's like, they do. And I'm like, what? and then like they're looking at me and I just like grab the alcohol and I'm like, do I take this? Do I pay? Like, I'm like,
You're like, did I take acid?
yeah. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? Yeah. And so I
No world where I'm walking away with that liquor. I'm not going to jail with that.
No.
Okay,
And
sting
the two
operation,
guys
yeah.
behind me are because they're like, "Who's Jim?" Because they're on acid, and I'm sober. But I'm like trying to get because he's like pushing me the alcohol, but I haven't paid, and I have my card out, and he just was like, "Here, have a good night," and I'm like, "Okay," and I just slowly take it while staring at him. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
He's like, yep. And we just walk out of this CVS with free alcohol. And at the second we get out the door, the two guys on acid are like, what the fuck just happened? Help me! Like, ah! And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Let's just go back to the room and like, I drink some beers. I fucking pass out because we had just the longest night. The dude that are frying balls stay up all night, and so I just wake up at like 7 in the morning and I'm like rolling into the room with like champagne and like money from like fucking gambling, and they're like, rise and shine. I'm like, dude, we're playing a show tonight, like what the fuck are you guys doing? And then that's pretty much the end. Then we played the show, we went back and got all our shit out, and
Hell yeah.
that's the end of the exciting part. But that whole fucking 12 hours was just madness. And I was
But
like,
happy ending, though.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, I mean, we got like a free bottle of Jameson.
Thanks,
and
Jim.
it was so fucking weird. Just that whole 12-hour span, it just was like another thing after another, and it just was all this weird shit. And but yeah, and then the fuck, dude, there's rooms with the hot tubs in it. Fucking sick.
Dude, yeah.
I've never been in.
They're
Like,
tight.
we got upgraded for free to that. Because I had
that's
it.
awesome.
Yeah, they were like, these are the only rooms we got. And I was like, looks like we're fucking getting them then, because I'm here and I need to sleep and I paid for some shit, so.
Dude, we were just recently in Vegas we played at the Punk Rock Museum. And my story is not as cool as you guys, but
Yeah, I was like, what's are you gonna tell
no,
me?
you don't know this. This is something that happened right before I left. So I went to, I'm not going to say who it was on camera because I'll save their dignity, but I went to go meet with one of my buddies before we took off. It's like him and his wife were hanging out. We're eating breakfast essentially, like, and this is after we'd partied, been out, whatever. And him and I are talking, and they're talking about how they've been married for so long, and it's such a great marriage, and they love each other. And he looks at me, and he leans over to fart, and then his eyes just get real big. And then he's like, I'll be right back. He walks away. And then I look at his wife, and she's like, I think he shit his pants. And I was like, I'm pretty sure he shit his pants too. We're in Circa, like off Fremont Street. So he disappears, and then like, her and I keep talking, and she's like, it's crazy. Like, you would think that like after all these years, like we wouldn't be as in love as we are, but I love him so much. And then her phone rings, and she picks up the phone. She's like, hello? I fucking hate you. And I was like, he shit his pants off. She's like, he shit his pants. And I get a text. He's like, buddy, it's so bad. And I was like, what the fuck? So we had to go to the gift store in Circa and find him underwear and sweatpants
Nice.
because he couldn't walk out of the bathroom wearing what he was wearing. Apparently he shit his pants and it was real bad.
Oh, God.
So we had to go, we spent like $100 something dollars just on boxers and sweatpants.
Jesus.
I walk into the bathroom and there's a like tent, like one of those dudes like cleaning the bathroom, and he's just kind of waiting.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, like yell out his name in the bathroom, and I hear, I'm in the back corner. So I walk over to the back and like put the bag over the stall. And he's like, thanks, buddy. I walk outside and his wife is just sitting at the bar, and the bartender's like, are you okay? She's like, no, my husband just shit his pants. I need a drink. And he's like, what? And then I walk up and he goes, you shit your pants? And I'm like, I'm not her husband. And it was this whole back and forth where we're trying to explain to this guy, yeah, he shit his pants. And they were like, and then he comes walking out. Never seen this guy in sweatpants before in my life. We've toured together, everything. Never seen it. I was just like, wow, this is a moment, dude. You're almost 40. Shit your pants in Vegas. Like,
If you're gonna do it, that's where you do it though. So, Vegas is a good place.
Vegas, man.
Yeah, Vegas is a good spot to shit your pants if you're gonna do it anywhere.
Yeah,
I guess.
I feel like you can't shake someone from Vegas.
Imagine though, had he been alone, like I went on that trip solo. If I was by myself and I shit my pants, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm walking back in my shit.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that I can do. Oh man, what a time!
Oh, Vegas.
All right, I think we got a couple questions for you guys. Let's jump into these questions.
Oh, people actually ask questions?
We got a few.
Okay, cool.
We got a few. Oh, let's see here. All right. First one's not really a question, but shout out Dave from 97 Minutes. Mm-hmm. He just said, "Never forget the tour."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There was some times had.
Yeah. That run we did with them was really fun. Those guys are so fucking good.
That was in Vegas. Yeah.
We played dude, that was that show in Vegas that fucking popped the fuck off. That show was great. Yeah, dude. Yeah, those guys are all fucking super. That run we did was just
Wait,
really fun.
the weekend that you guys were just talking about?
No. This was 2022.
Yeah, this was with Blindwolf.
Oh no, this was like early 2023. Yeah.
But I would actually end up moving to Vegas because I was homeless, and the restaurant that I worked for were like, "Hey, we're opening up a new location in Vegas."
Yeah,
so, like they paid for my housing, and it worked. Ended up working out. We ended up booking shows in Vegas.
Yeah.
Wait, so how long were you out there?
Like a year and a half.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, on that run we did with them, we did. What was it? Santa Ana.
Yeah, FTG.
FTG.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
FTG didn't last very long.
No. But the sound there was really fucking good for how small
they got
place
it all
was.
dialed in.
They had it dialed
QSC
the
speakers,
fucking.
yeah.
I feel like we were supposed to Torture Culture was supposed to play with you guys at FTG at a show that ended up getting canceled.
Yeah, that sounds familiar to me.
Yeah.
I think we were booked on the same show, and then they were just like, "Oh, sorry, we're having."
I
issues."
wish that place was. It was a really awkward stage, and the room was really small. But that's what was cool. It's like, bro, 50 people show up. It's
Yeah.
like you were playing to a packed fucking room,
Yeah.
and the sound there was dialed the fuck in. But yeah, that run we did with them, it was FTG, Vegas. There's
and then the slab. Right?
yeah, it was FTG, Vegas,
The slab.
Bakersfield.
Around here, right?
Yeah, Bakersfield.
it's down the street.
Yeah, FTG, Vegas, Bakersfield, and then the slab. But in Vegas. I mean, it was just those guys were all super cool, and those guys fucking party. Hopefully, I'm allowed to say that. Sorry, they fucking every night
They've been on the show.
Yeah, every night they just were fucking drinking like straight from like a bottle of whiskey like out and wherever we were playing. I was like, damn, you guys are gnarly. I thought I liked alcohol a little bit.
Yeah, but that show, it reminds me like a lot of times like you as band dudes or musicians, like you kind of look forward to playing bigger shows with, like bands that you look up to, like for us, like Norma Jean. Mm-hmm. Those are the shows that you kind of like anticipate on being cool, but it's always these like off shows where these kids like, it's like how they spend their weekend, and then like it's almost as if like the whole town comes out and it's like all these kids and they're dying for an experience like this, and bands like us, we're dying for an experience like this too. So it's like
that Vegas show that we played with 97, it was insane. Yeah. Like we show up, we didn't, it's like a DIY tour run, whatever you want to call it. So it's like you're like, okay, cool. If we played a 40 people in Vegas, like that's tight. That's 40 people that probably don't even know who we are. Do we show up in this like warehouse? And there's like fucking 150, maybe 200 fucking kids just like packed in. It felt like that. Like there's at least 150 fucking kids in there.
Do you remember the name of the spot?
No, because
let me try to think.
No, but also too, the guy that booked it, he just would book like he books everything in Vegas, but like, or a bunch of shit in Vegas, but every time it's like a different venue. Like he just finds a spot that that'll like let him book a show.
This place didn't even have lights. It was like pitch black.
Yeah, it was like dark. Yeah,
It's always rad when there's like one like Ryobi fucking light in the center of the
literally
floor.
one. Yeah,
No stage. It's just ground.
Yeah, and it was just on the floor. So yeah, that show was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then
we had another experience like that in Nevada City.
Dude, yeah, we did a tour back in like May of 2023.
Like population, how many?
Okay. So the night before we played in Reno, and then
that show was okay.
And that show was like, it was whatever. Yeah. And then we're like, we're playing in Nevada City, which is in California, by the way. It's like in between
Reno and Tahoe, right?
No, it's like if you're leaving Tahoe, it's like going back towards, I guess, kind of like Sacramento towards it, but like also on another random little highway. Anyways, yeah, we're like Nevada City. We're like, how many fucking people even like live here? 3,000. The population 3,000. So we're like, dude, we're gonna play to fucking nobody.
We're gonna play to the bartender, you know?
Yeah, we're like, this is gonna be dude. Fucking like, it felt like the whole fucking town showed out. Yeah. We're talking, and we're like, why are you guys here? They're like, there's nothing going on here. Yeah. And they're like, you guys are like the only thing that's in town this weekend. And so like, we're all here.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's fucking sick. And that show is super cool. Yeah.
But yeah, after doing this for years, like I feel like those are always the more memorable shows. And it's the ones that you like build anticipation for, that have expectations for. It's always not quite there. You know, like it's like you think it's gonna be a lot cooler than it is. I think you kind of shoot yourself in the foot.
And then you roll into Nevada City, and you're like, this is gonna be shot.
Dude, it's the small towns, man. Because they don't have anything else really going on. So that when somebody from outside of their town comes in, it's not like us where we've got like, dude, Riverside, LA, fucking, everything is, there's 700 shows going on at once. So whatever, but. Yeah, you get to those small towns where there's like a population of 400 and...
Same thing when we played in Safford, Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
We were basically almost in New Mexico. Like, we were like the furthest east you could be. And we drove through a Native American reservation, I should say.
We played with a Native American.
Yeah, we played with a Native American, like, they were fucking sick. And they're all like...
So nice.
Yeah, they're the nicest people ever. And I was like, you should hate me, actually.
They're like, no, we make money off you.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But, But anyways, fucking shout out 97.
That's sick. For small towns and places where everyone shows out, or it's just like the entire scene is that. Like, we played in, one of our favorite places to play was Lethbridge, Alberta. And I think the entire... like hardcore scene was maybe 40 kids, but every single kid watched.
Hell yeah!
Every single kid was like, "This is the scene," and their shows were always like wild. Like, didn't even care that they were like kids flying into all the tables and stuff. Like normally it's like a bummer, but it was just like mayhem. But it was so much fun to watch. So I like, I would rather play in front of those like 40 intense kids, than like a massive room full of like people who kind
of are just staring at
you. Just there for music.
I don't know. I feel like we're the epitome of like the metalcore band that people like to watch with their arms crossed,
Yeah. we are, which I'm fine. But I don't mind that because I know that like if they're standing, is it cool when people mosh for you? Yeah, for sure. But also too, and I feel like the ones that are just standing there watching, it's like they're watching like with intent. Yeah, sure. I guess is like the right word to use. Like they're fucking locked in and like really paying attention. So I never am like no one was moving. I'm like, dude, but there was definitely like a lot of people that were like locked in on us, like actually like
I have to always remind myself too that like that's more common in metalcore shows.
Yeah.
And just metal shows in general. Like the dudes that just kind of stand there and just slowly bob their head because like. You play in a hardcore band, you're like, if these motherfuckers aren't moving or like moshing, they don't like you.
Yeah.
And then like we play metalcore shows and like the dudes are just fucking.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't wasn't is it Titan? That was
Ryan from Titan came up and he was like, dude, we've never seen pits at the shows like this. And I was like, what do you mean? You guys are heavy as shit. Like, yeah, but dudes just like, headbang or, like nod their heads and stuff. So yeah, it's. And then those same dudes will come up to you and be like, that was fucking sick. You're like, really? You didn't look like you were having fun. But, yeah. Hell yeah. Tyler wants to know who your sexy bass player is.
Jesus Christ.
Hi, Tyler.
He's a handsome dude.
Yeah, doesn't he look like Adam Driver?
That's weird.
Dude, I the first conversation I had with him, we were both outside of chain, looking at the line, and both of us are like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
Dude.
Because that line outside of chain when we played was all
Around
the way
the-
around the
around
corner.
the
I was
corner.
like, I know they're not here for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're here because chain is
Yeah.
closing, right? But what the fuck, man? This is wild.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm in BTS, you know?
Oh man, dude,
Wait, are you Korean?
I am. I was born in Korea.
Oh, sick.
little sidebar. I was at the airport one day picking up my dad, and I had heard of BTS, but I didn't understand.
Oh, they were flying in and the
Dude,
that would have been
I like first off, I went to park. I couldn't find fucking parking anywhere at LAX. It was packed, so I had to park like 2 terminals away from where my dad was landing. Parked, walked over to the terminal, and I'm standing there, and there's just like this mob of people standing there, and I was like, "What are they fucking here for?" And then they start coming down the fucking escalator, and everybody's like screaming and crying, and I was like, who are these pretty guys? What's happening right now?
Who are these
And-
gorgeous men?
Why my heart?
Yeah, they had security like escorting them everywhere, and then some of the girls were like, "They're going this way," blah, blah, blah. And like a few of them would like run outside, and like there's black SUVs pulling up. Like, what the fuck is happening? And then here's my dad coming down behind me. That's just like,
Your dad's waving at all the people. Hey!
my dad's the type that would do that too. Yeah. But yeah, I had no clue. And then finally I looked it up. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's fucking this Korean boy band." I was like, "Oh shit." And then I saw the hype just explode.
That's our Parkway Drive.
Yeah.
That's our Parkway Drive, man.
Dude.
Dude, we have a buddy also named Mike who like his whole career is like on YouTube reviewing K-pop groups.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, he like stumbled onto it, and it just like kind of blew up his channel.
Well, there's a lot of eyes on that. There's a lot of money to be had in YouTube, so it's awesome.
Have you guys? Actually, no, we don't have to. The story of the K-pop demon hunter, like the main girl, and how she like went through the whole like wanting to be like a
Young pop star.
Yeah.
Never given like the yeah.
and she like aged out basically, and they're like, "Oh, you're too tall, you're too this, too that," and then she like writes like the fucking
Just banger of the
banger,
century.
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely quite the anomaly in that world because there's so many people who get like it's kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a factory.
Yeah.
Where they, enlist a bunch of people who want to try out for stuff like this, and then they get trained, and then they live and breathe K-pop, and then a lot of them don't get placed in any of these groups, and these groups they're not necessarily looking for talent either. They're looking for the right image for the most part. It's like, we'll train you how to sing, how to do all this. So yeah, that's a crazy almost like manufactured like stress that comes from trying to make it as that. So
And a lot of them are on like salary. They're not even like making money as an artist. They're like a hired guy.
Yeah.
So like their manager's the ones making bank, and they're getting like a paycheck basically.
Crazy.
you're not allowed to have a Twitter.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
They had a, cause I really liked the BTS song. Was it Fake Love?
Yeah, that was their smash hit.
Yeah, and like I remember, and this is like years ago, but it had like 1 billion views on YouTube. I was like, what?
Yeah.
This has a B in it, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that click can go that high on a YouTube video.
It's true.
All right. Another question. What's you guys' favorite thing to eat before playing a show?
Depends where we're at. Whatever's close. When it was chain, it was always like tacos or something.
It started with tacos,
Yeah.
and then Canes got there, so we started eating a lot of Canes before chain. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
How
Wait, where's the Canes by Chain?
Oh, it's like next. I think it used to be Long John's Livers, and now it's Canes. I think, or it might be just be right next to it, but it's next to Target.
Oh, okay.
across the street, right?
Chain's not there anymore. But
Have you
You
guys
missed
ever
out.
had Long John
Yeah.
Silver's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had it, and I was about to be like, if you go there regularly, there must be something wrong with you. So
It's not great.
Yeah, I've gone.
I'm not saying
once.
it's awesome.
yeah.
I went once, and I was in high school.
Their hush puppies were like different,
Yeah.
but
It just has a bad ring to it, like
Yeah.
Golden Corral. You know?
Yeah.
and anything that's like fast food fish, it's a little rough, right?
I don't know.
Like,
There's
a little
people
tough.
who literally really back up the McDonald's filet of fish.
I
I never tried it.
I fuck with the fillet of fish. That's
Is
the
it
one
good?
thing that I.
See,
It's
it must
pretty
be
good.
amazing
It's pretty good.
for people to go out of their way to protect it, and like even if it's
I don't
Fish,
understand how they get the bun so light and fluffy. Like that shit is like air. You know what I'm talking about?
They steam it.
Dude, the bun is insane.
it's different than the other McDonald's buns.
It's completely different.
Oh, okay.
It's completely different. There's something about the fillet of fish that's like
You haven't lived until you've had a double fillet of fish.
that's wild, sir.
I think I'm gonna try.
That's
one
wild.
for the
I'm
1st time.
too scared to try
Try
that.
it.
Speaking of fast food though, I got to ask you guys this question, especially because Beardley is running our board today. Blindwolf, or as individuals, because maybe you guys may not, roll together on this.
Mm-hmm.
Taco Bell or Del Taco?
Ooh, I will ride for Del Taco. I think it's definitely better than Taco Bell. I'm sorry. I know I know you
Interessante.
invest a lot in Taco Bell, your Taco Bell runs.
I've invested a lot.
So much money. in
That's one
Taco
way.
Bell.
That's one way to look
Yeah,
at
did
it.
we pick up on the recording that he does 20 his order? He casually comes in here. He's like, "Oh yeah, my order at Taco Bell is $24."
$24.
Took me a second, and I was like, oh.
You did do a double take. You're like, 24?
Yeah, I was like, okay, and then I was like, the fuck? Did you just say 24?
Yeah, $8 more, and I'm doing all you can eat.
Yeah.
All you can eat at a sushi spot.
$8 more. You can go to Korean barbecue. And
Dude.
But I don't know. I feel like Del Taco's whole mission is to make a better product than Taco Bell, because you can even see on their packaging and stuff. Their slogan is "Better Mex," so better than who? The only other person is Taco Bell, and then they say stuff like, "We actually grate our cheese." Like that seems like a low bar, but it's like
This is the first time he's felt validated in this room.
And I don't know, just like I think the worst thing about Taco Bell, I don't know, we're trying to praise Del Taco, but it's easier to punch down on Taco Bell because of this one fact, is that steak that they serve with like the fake like dog food like grill mark on there with the consistency of like a dog treat that they call steak, that is just an abomination, I think.
There's a lot of slander happening in this room right now.
And I will tell you,
Coming from a Deldo over here, you know what I mean?
I will tell you one thing though, is that Taco Bell has a better normal taco, like the ground beef
Yes.
taco. I'll
I agree
I'll
with
give, but as far as everything else, I think Del Taco's just
Ryan,
feels
do you,
more like
do you
food.
also feel this way?
Are we also disappointed in you, my son?
I go.
Ryan orders burgers at a Del Taco.
Yeah, dude, the Del Taco burger
Fair.
is fucking delicious.
Fair.
Del
That
Taco,
double Del
the
is
double
good.
Del
Yeah.
is good. Okay,
I
well,
agree with
so I go back and forth, but I agree with you on the taco thing 100%. The one thing I do like about Taco Bell more than Del, just in this one thing, is I like in their bean and cheese burritos they put onions in it. 'Cause I fucking love onions.
You're the first person I've ever heard say that they like that.
Dude,
And I'm a Taco Bell fan, but I've never heard anyone say that.
I fucking love onions.
Okay.
Like, dude, have you seen the movie Holes?
Yes.
Remember when they're like eating onions? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'd do that. I'd be stoked.
Just straight
I'd
up
be
like
stoked.
a fucking apple.
Yeah, if
Wild.
those onions in that.
The
that
meth
would-
makes more sense now.
yeah. Dude, I love onions. I'll put onions on like anything. I love onions. But
Yeah.
so I do like that. Like, but that's the thing is when I go to Taco Bell, the only thing I'll get is the bean and cheese burritos because of the fucking onions. The only other thing I'll
It
get.
seems like you're giving way too many points for these onions.
I don't know. I know. The only other thing I'll order at Taco Bell too is I do like the Doritos Locos Tacos. But what I think Del has the upper hand on is that getting your shit bold.
Sure.
And I that wasn't something I started doing until like way later in life. And it's just such a stoner thing. They're like, dude, let's throw some fries and like fucking spicy sour cream in there.
Hear me out though. Imagine if Taco Bell did that and threw their nacho fries into some shit. See,
The nacho fries has like the puffy kind of airy texture.
Yeah.
Like a curly
Yeah,
fry, right?
but yeah, like I'll get when I go to Del, I'll literally just get like a green bean and cheese burritos, make that bold, and I'll get like a chicken soft taco, make that bold, and like I think that's good. The burger is also too really good as well. I go back and forth sometimes, but also it just depends. But I don't know. It's hard for me to say which one I like more. I think you do have more variety a little bit at Del, but I think that's just because you can make like anything bold, which is just cool.
I'm curious
Hey,
as
make
to
it bold.
what's the cameraman's order at Del Taco.
We don't have to do it.
we don't have to do this.
It's not $24.
It's not. Is it sub $24?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now they have like a $9.
Yeah,
The box.
the box.
The box. All right.
And also the one that they got rid of is their best item they can still order. It's the spicy chicken burrito, I think.
They got rid of it.
Well, it's not on the menu, but you can still order it. So you can't order it through the app, which is the most annoying part. It's like
Spicy chicken burrito without the green sauce is like a better chicken burrito.
I like to ask for mine like easy beans because sometimes I'm just like
Well, that's the thing too. Is so I've been trying to be a lot better about not eating fast food the past like few months, and I've actually been doing good at it. So when I do go to either Taco Bell or Del, literally the only thing I get really now is the bean and cheese.
Bean and cheese.
Just because it's like you can't really fuck up beans. I can't trust. I don't know. I fuck with beans and I fuck with onions. I don't know.
What's this?
Ryan loves beans.
I love beans, dude. One time we did like a tour, and so my family has a house out in like Tahoe area, and whenever we play Reno, it's in a city called Truckee. You can get to Reno to Truckee is like a 40-minute drive. So we play Reno, we go to my like family's house out there, we'd sleep there, but they don't keep food in the house because it's like no one's there all the time. It's just like kind of like they'll go
Sure.
or whatever.
You stock up when you're there, type deal.
Exactly. Go to the grocery store and you could get food for like the week while you're there. So when we get there, it's late at night and like nothing's open late there, and they just have canned.
I have to physically stop Ryan from opening just a can of beans.
And I'm like, yo, we got beans. And one time I was like, dude, I'm fucking hungry. We literally just cooked up the can of beans and I just ate beans like out of the pot too, just in my underwear, 1 a.m. drinking PBRs, just eating beans. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking hungry, and I love beans.
Imagine we had onions.
It would have been so good. It would have been so good. Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know. I go back and forth on Taco Bell. I do 100% agree though with the normal taco. Yes, I think that the taco meat at Taco Bell, just something, the way they season it is for sure.
It tastes better.
It does taste better. And that taco meat with the Doritos Locos taco is really fucking good.
Fire.
I
I will give Del Taco their cheese because they do fresh grate that cheddar. So.
yeah.
I also
Fine.
I was reminded a couple weekends ago that I used to go with Seavers and my friends. We'd always go to Del Taco at like 2-3 in the morning, and just order an ungodly amount of the breakfast burritos.
Sure.
But I heard they're like not the same anymore.
Mm-mm.
I will say too, before we get Taco Bell breakfast is actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
I will say that. He's not agreeing. So I don't know. Maybe I do like Taco Bell more. I
think you do, man, and I think that's okay.
But the Del Taco burger actually fucking slaps.
Yeah, it does.
The Del Taco burger slaps.
I think it's a good fucking. I think out of like the fast food burgers, not including like In-N-Out. When I say fast food, I mean like McDonald's. Fucking. I'm like, dude, I'd rather have a fucking Del Taco burger than like a McDonald's burger.
Dude, that's not that crazy.
That's not that crazy.
I'll stand by that.
There's too many onions in it.
Not enough to me, dude.
They literally put in chopped onions you put on tacos on the burger, which is the only thing that bothers me about that burger. It needs to be slivered onions.
Onions anyway, I'm
It's
fucking.
taco onions.
I don't care. It's onions.
the diced onions.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
I like
something,
it.
something about it bothers me.
Well,
Maybe that's what I like. I don't know.
It's
I'm
got,
trying
the,
to think. It's
got the little Latin flair to the burger.
yeah.
well, if you do a bean and cheese burrito from Del, do you do red or green?
I do green.
I do green. I think the green tastes better.
Actually, your order is basically my order when I go to Del.
Oh yeah.
I do the half pound, go bold, and then I get a chicken softy.
Yeah. Do you do the chicken soft bowl?
No.
I think it's good. Well, dude, sometimes it depends on the deal. Sometimes they'll throw like 3 fucking fries in that chicken salad. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just
Why did we do this?
yeah.
Why are we
What the
doing this?
fuck is this?
I love how in depth we can get.
This is the most in-depth conversation we've had on the whole show.
Yeah.
Ryan, you're the one that showed me caramel cheesecake bites from Del Taco, and I couldn't believe how good it was. When I was
I don't know. I don't know if they have them anymore.
They do.
They do. Yeah. Have you ever had the caramel cheesecake
Yeah.
bites? Yeah.
And the churros, the
Little mini
Yeah,
churros are
mini
pretty
churros.
solid.
It's a little better than the cinnamon twist.
This is the most in depth we've talked about anything. It's that, and then the fucking our horrible experience going to Vegas that one night.
2 most important stories.
Fucking barely talked about the band. We're like, the band, whatever. Talk about
You guys know.
Yeah, fucking,
Blindwolf.
yeah,
The stuff people want to know.
Yeah.
yeah,
This is what we're here for, dude.
yeah. Yeah, that's where we stand on that.
All right.
I don't mean to offend anyone. It seems like
It's okay.
Seems like I rode too hard for Del Taco.
Yeah, you got in. You went in on
You did.
it.
You did
You're
roll
not
pretty
alone.
hard.
No,
You're
but
not
I was-
alone.
You're not alone.
You're not
That
alone.
was
We've
good,
had
though.
Yeah.
we've had some other friends.
I like to think that I'm in the front line of a losing battle because I feel like Taco Bell's a little bit more popular, but I just haven't seen the truth.
Taco Bell definitely did a full rebrand, like in the past decade, where they're like, we're gonna go
Feed the beast.
We're gonna go hard, you know.
Where we live, there we have a Taco Bell cantina.
No, yeah.
The cantinas are tight.
Yeah.
Have you guys tried any of the like coffees and drinks and shit?
No, I actually haven't.
I just got their normal ass tacos. I was like, this is cool that you guys.
Just got my bean and cheese burrito.
Yeah, doing too much.
They have like Mexican hot chocolate lattes now and shit.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, where is this at?
There's one in Newport.
one in Vegas and one in Newport. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like
Work
I
tomorrow?
I feel like I need to make like a pilgrimage out there.
Do you work tomorrow?
Yeah.
I say we can go
What are
tomorrow.
holidays, dude?
Oh man. All right. Well, let's jump into our mental health check, Mike.
Oh yeah, mental health checks. Where we're like checking weekly, see where we're at mentally, if things are going well, what's going on in our life that's keeping us in a good place, and if things aren't going too great, what is going on in our life that's keeping us in a funk. So who would like to go first? Me?
Yeah, dude.
Would you like me to model it?
Yeah, dude. Show us how it's done.
How it's done. My life is in shambles. No, just kidding. I'm doing all right. As of yesterday, I feel like I didn't realize how much I was like limping as far as just like completely exhausted. My work weeks are always really, really wild, and then my weekends are usually just my recharge time.
But we've been busy,
Dude, every weekend we've had something. And so I've like, yeah. So I'm like my weekends were like, for the last couple of weeks, they've been like crazier than my weeks almost in a way. So I'm like not. So when Andrew saw me on Friday night, I was still somewhere else, but it was still a good time.
dude. So it's a little sidebar. So they were telling me like, hey, we're going out to Southgate. Is it your homie plays in a Weezer cover band?
No, they were in a different different band, but
So this homie's band played with this Weezer cover band, and they're like, "We should go. It's out in Southgate." And I was like, "Oh, I really don't want to make that drive." And he's like, "You could just roll with us, dude." And then if you guys don't know me, I'm like, I gotta have my car.
Yeah.
Because I like as soon as I'm done somewhere, I gotta bounce.
You can.
I got I gotta.
I think it'd be weird to see you somewhere that you didn't drive to.
Yeah. It's just or I'll take the bike or something like that. Like just whatever. And then they were like, "Well, Mike and Jordan's going," and I was like, "That makes me want to stay home even more, guys." I don't want to go.
That doesn't sweeten the deal.
This doesn't make this any cooler.
Dude,
I'm see Mike on Sunday.
the Weezer cover band was pretty sick.
Were they?
Yeah. Actually, I kind of want, naturally, kind of want to hate because I'm like,
Yeah.
careful, Weezer. No, they're good. That guy's wearing glasses, which I was like, the first song he did without glasses. I'm like, how can we be a Weezer cover band?
Not have glasses.
Yeah, but he brought him out. He brought him out after the second song. I was like, okay, but
I'm not sure what the platform for this is, but I'm curious. Seems like you are busy with work, and then on the weekends you're busy with other stuff that you can't really seem to relax. So what do you do to remedy that?
So what I got to do yesterday was I took, I guess, like a 3 to 4 hour nap, and it was nice to like just physically just rest. And normally, like I think what's kind of kept me going like the last couple weeks, despite like the craziness, is like being able to sing and like cause I drive for, like that's for my.
I was actually going to, when you were talking, it made me think about like I wanted to maybe ask them like singing tips, but I don't know where to start with that. But
Oh yeah,
I would love to,
give
you
you-
know,
it'd be cool.
some other time try to poke your brain at that a little bit.
Yeah,
You got,
dude,
you got
I
a
love
great
it.
singing voice.
Oh, thank you. I like to share the little knowledge I have. But so singing for me puts me like in a good place, and so I've had that. So that I feel like that's kind of kept me from like basically just spiraling, just with how busy stuff is. Things are going well. We've got a lot of really cool things going on with like, personal life, and then different projects are doing fun things right now. So it's like it's been good. It's just been literally just physically exhausting, just my schedule. And so singing really helps me. Um, I love to go down rabbit holes on YouTube, and
Hell yeah.
so the
Do
last
you watch
couple weeks,
Mr. B. Allen or whatever? Ballin? He talks about like
Mr. Ballin or
Mr.
whatever.
Ballin,
Yeah. He talks about like the murder cases
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
oh maybe
You should. He's like an
I
ex.
think you might
He's
like
an
it.
ex
Yeah.
SEAL. I think he's an ex Navy
Something like
SEal.
that.
he does a good job telling the stories. Where
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's somebody, I don't think it's that.
I
But
love murder shit.
I was watching, because I'm not big on that, but I was really this guy was talking about the Reiner murders.
Oh
and-
yeah.
And it's cool because he'll interview different people, and he interviewed, I think she's like ex FBI or something, and so she kind of, it's like an outside view, and she comes in and she kind of was like kind of giving her insight on like, based on the kind of murder this was and how they found him, like she's giving her thoughts on like, seems like it was premeditated because then he left at this and blah blah. So it's like that's been interesting, following that case. But doing my, like I said, I like conspiracies and stuff, and the last couple weeks, there's been a lot of stuff out.
As you heard from the intro of the show.
So it's been entertaining. So, but yeah. So I feel like I've been very just stressed out just because like super busy. But yesterday I got to finally like rest, and so I feel good tonight. I feel like I watched myself on like the last couple episodes, and I could like see myself. I could see how tired I was like filming and stuff. So
I'm glad you got to rest up before us.
dude, I had to, guys.
Well, it's being in so many projects too. I mean, for me, being in one project, a lot of times it feels like I just work every day, and then I try to get the day off to do the music stuff, and that's supposed to be the day off. But like a lot of times, like you said, it turns out being a more strenuous day than like working. So yeah, I've definitely been in that kind of situation a lot, where I'm like 5 days of work and then 2 days of band and back to 5 days. And it doesn't feel like you get a real break. But also at the same time, for me, like I can't rest until I feel like I've done enough, in a sense where like my mind just doesn't rest if I don't do the productive stuff that I don't want to do. So yeah, that's something that I've been kind of dealing
I
with.
saw him recently. I was like, "Dude, you should like take a little trip, take a break," and he's just like, "No, I need to be where I want to
Probably
be."
be more
at.
stressed
Like,
on the break.
Yeah, exactly,
How much
exactly.
work you
So
could be
bad.
doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
I'm like,
vacation.
why? I'll be on break. Like, why am I on break when I didn't do all the stuff that I said I'll do or work on? So for me, I want to bring the band forward in any way I can. So I thought the first thing I can do is get better at guitar. So I've been doing this like 30-day high intensity interval training for guitar, just trying to play, like get better at guitar. And after, I'm on day 27 now, so it's the first time I ever played guitar morning and night for this long. And hopefully after this, I'm gonna educate myself a little bit more in sound designing and production and stuff. And I want to get to a level where I can just write great songs without taking so long, without trying so hard, in a sense. But
By the way, you write rippers.
Yeah.
thank you, man.
You
Appreciate
shred, man. Like I'm embarrassed to play my guitar around you.
No, I'd be embarrassed to play. with people too. Like I can only.
I'm
play
glad
with-
you feel that way.
Yeah, I do. 1,000%.
Do you feel like I feel like if someone knows that I play guitar or whatever, and they don't know the band or whatever, and that they were to give me a guitar and play it, I have no idea what to play. You know, it's
Oh yeah,
They were to heaven
absolutely.
every time.
Dude, it's
I don't feel like I'm very fluent that way.
I mean, it's like the
Yeah.
worst for me. They're like, oh, you're in a band? Like, yeah, I'm the vocalist. Yeah. It's like, what do you do? It's like, oh, I'm like, I scream, I guess. And they're like, oh, yeah, do it. And I'm like, no.
Show me.
Yeah.
show me.
Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, dude, we're in Del Taco right now. We're not doing that right now.
Get the coworkers that are like, "When's your next show?" Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So you're on day 27. You said
What's that?
you're on day 27. of
Day
your
27, yeah.
That's awesome. Is there something that you feel that either you didn't do well before, or something that is like used to be difficult, and now you're like, oh shoot, I can feel the.
I feel like I don't know. Like I had been playing in bands and playing guitar for so long, but I feel like I haven't made much improvement in my skills in such a long time. And I remember when I first started playing guitar, like I was really working on like bettering my skills and trying to learn harder songs, trying to figure things out. But I feel like I got to a place where I'm like, all right, I'm like the songwriter for the band now. So like all my effort kind of went into like trying to create music. But then now in the long run, I'm realizing like, oh, I have to get better at guitar to write better songs. I think, you know, well, at least it will help. It definitely won't hurt in any way. I think even if it doesn't help me in the ways that I think, it'll at least help me play tighter, I guess, the songs that are already written. But yeah, it's like, for me, it's like hard. Like I said, it's always been like this where like I can't relax until I'm so tired from just doing all the things that I wanted to do. But I don't know, like after, you know, like I go through phases of like, all right, I'm gonna really lock in and do this, and then, you know, like I feel like in the past I always got kind of greedy and tried to take on way too much than I can, and then but then at the same time I was like, it's okay if I take on as much as I can and try my best, and then even if the goal was here, even if I land here, that's still higher than not trying at all, you know. But as I'm, you know, hopefully I'm getting more wiser, I'm trying to set these goals for myself this year where it's more attainable, and as long as I do stuff like this where, you know, I'm just showing up to practice this course or whatever for 30 days straight, like as long as I can keep it more realistic, I think I hope I can achieve more tangible results that way just in life. So that's where my mentality's been at. That's why when you told me that I should take a trip, I was like, I don't think that will do it for me. I get it where you're coming from. I do need to unplug and try to relax and get back into it.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's where I was coming from.
even if it's just like playing guitar, you can just be trying to practice and then you won't get it, and then you take a break and you get back into it, and it's just easier all of a sudden, right? And like I understand that too, but
I don't know what that's like. It's harder every time I pick up my guitar.
no, like I feel like when you're just practicing and you just get burnt out, it's just like working out too. It's just like
Yeah.
give it a rest and then do it with like the proper form or whatever. But it's been proven difficult for me to try to unplug when I'm like so greedy with what I want to accomplish, I guess. You know?
Maybe if if a realistic thing isn't to like leave somewhere, maybe you should have like, you know, not quite your 40-day challenge, but give yourself maybe like, hey, next week I'm dedicating an hour of my evening or my morning to just either do nothing or something that is like, I don't know, gives you some kind of-
Dedicate time to not do anything. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's
Or if you're gonna do guitar, do it where it's like it's not something stressful, something fun for you,
Yeah.
something that you enjoy.
Like Dave Matthews Band.
Yep. Yep. That's him.
Ryan and I really like stand-up comedy. I feel like, do you guys? Are you guys?
Yeah.
interested? I feel like it's like the band guy thing to be really into like stand-up comedy. But I don't know, like Ryan and I mean, we like the idea of like doing podcasts together, or like even like I feel like we sometimes talk about doing skits and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
That's something I want to explore.
Do that shit.
Do that.
I was writing like stand up for like on my own, just like for fun. And, like
Yeah.
I went and did an open mic like one time.
Tell me a joke. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
fucking yeah, exactly. Fucking all right. How would I put this fucking gun in my mouth first? Yeah. No, comedy's fucking awesome. I'm actually going to like a comedy show in a couple months. That'll be cool. I'd love stand up. It's hilarious.
You know what? I love it, and I don't think I go to it enough. I can't remember the last time I went to like
I feel
a
like
show.
we used to go to the Improv,
Brea
like
Improv?
or Ontario,
Ontario.
quite a bit, just because it was so easy and accessible. And then for some reason that stopped.
We gotta
I want to
go.
try and go more because the Irvine Improv
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
right fucking there.
I saw Filipino comedian J.R. de Guzman over there a few months back, I think, at Irvine.
I feel like comedy's finally becoming funny again because I feel like people are kind of not giving a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
It's like
They were
getting
playing it
dangerous
too
again.
safe for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was too easy to get canceled.
Yeah.
Now they're like, try to cancel me, it'll make my career bigger now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's such a weird time, because like, there's this weird there's these weird connections between like comedy and music and everything like that, where we all kind of have this like dark and like horrible sense of humor, right?
Yeah.
And then you start to see comics like tone that down because it's not acceptable, and you're like, what the fuck, man?
I need that. I need
It
that
sucks.
outlet. I need someone to say what I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's always been a healthy escape for me, at least from just like stressing and trying to do a lot and worrying that I'm not doing enough. But you watch this funny comedian who forces you to laugh and have a good time.
Yeah. 100%.
Where are you at, sir?
Oh, is it my turn now? Doing a lot better than I was like 6 months ago, for sure. I mean, I was fucking super broke like 6 months ago. Work was like really slow, so I was like fucking just stressed about money, and that was like the first time in my life I've ever been like stressed. I've been very fortunate that I haven't had to be stressed about money,
Yeah.
but on the like flip side of that is being stressed about money for the first time when you're 32 years old and you already, you're just kind of like, all right, this is like, I feel like I should have had, how do I say this?
This should have happened before now.
Yeah. Like it's like, yeah, you're taking on this thing that like for the first time at now this age, that felt really weird. And so there's like a solid 4 months where I just was fucking really stressed about money. Like I was making enough to like, pay rent and like pay my bills, but then I just didn't have any money to go do anything else. Mm-hmm. So then I just was like, okay, well, I'm just going to kind of sit at home because I knew the work was coming. It just was taking a bit, which is, it happens in business and whatnot. So I was like, okay, I just got to kind of wait this out. But then while I was just sitting at home doing nothing, I was like, well, I might as well just like get fucking hammered drunk if I'm just going to sit here and play video games. And then I just kind of like turned into just sitting around getting drunk like literally like every fucking day pretty much. And then that just kind of turned into me just being like, damn, like I'm not really like very happy with myself at all right now. Like it's probably because I'm just not doing anything. Then, me and my ex-girlfriend break up and I had no money. I then was like, okay, I'm just going to go move back in with my parents because I have nowhere else to go right now. And then I go back home. And so then immediately my financial stress is gone because my parents are like, they basically were like, you got like 1 year here rent free. So kind of like, then you got to leave, not because we hate you. It's just, you're going to be
You gotta get
33.
your shit, yeah.
Like you get your shit together kind of. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But then I move home, the financial stress is gone, which was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. And I was like, okay, well now that this financial stress is gone, I kind of am like not very like happy with like myself and like what I'm doing. So I fucking was like, dude, fuck this. Started going to the gym, got back into the gym, which I used to go to the gym all the time when I was like in my early 20s. So started going to the gym, fucking got back into therapy and fucking just rocking that. So, fucking doing a lot better now. But yeah, fucking back in October when me and my ex broke up and I moved back home, I was very much just like, what the fuck am I doing? And like, I've had to move back home before and kind of like do a hard reset. But every time I did that, it just ended up me turning into like, fucking I was just drinking and drugs and fucking some girl that I shouldn't have been hanging out with or whatever, that like to fill whatever void. And this time around I was like, dude, fuck that, I'm just gonna like hit the gym, get back into therapy. I didn't drink for like a while. I've been drinking again a little bit here and there now, but like it's like, but it's not fucking every day like it was for like a solid 4 months. So doing a lot better now. So I'm not gonna say hey, like I'm perfect now. I think everyone's a constant work in progress, but I'm actually doing the things that I should be doing after like a breakup or fucking, work being slow. And now what's crazy too is now that I'm home, once I moved home, it was like just a few weeks after being home, work picked up again. I got all this fucking, it's just funny how like life works out that way. It's like when I needed the money the most, I couldn't get it anywhere. And then now that I'm at home and have no fucking rent for a little bit, life's just like, oh, here's a here's money. You want some extra of this? And I'm like, where was this when I literally was like about to fucking go work the corner? Like, dude, like I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, it was like everything in my life just started fucking changing, and I was like at this lowest point. And then right when I moved back home, I'm like, let's just do this reset. Life's just now like, oh, here's what you fucking need. And I'm like, damn, okay, so.
Dude, yeah, maybe now's the time to just stack it, dude. Like, stack your
Fucking
bread.
well, that's and that's what I've been doing. I mean, this too. It's really the first time I've been able to kind of like really like focus on like myself, like in a while. Like literally, the last time I was able to really like focus on myself was I was in fucking rehab.
Yeah,
And and it was like I had like doctors and therapy like every fucking day. But this time it was like, I mean, I'm back in therapy, but it's not every fucking day. That'd be way too fucking expensive. But I kind of just was like, I gotta really take this time to like really focus on me for a little bit, because I haven't done that in fucking years. Obviously, it's still doing like the band stuff, and like I'm super stoked on like everything he's writing, and like I'm excited to do that. But I also too am like having to be like, okay, well, I got to really do things for like me while I can right now, and like kind of
Do you have any like specific goals you want to accomplish this year?
I mean, dude, I just want to mainly like keep staying with the gym, which I've been lacking on a little bit lately, because I was sick at one point. I had to travel for work, so I do got to fucking lock back in on that, because last 2 weeks I've only gone like a few times. But dude, November and December, like October, November, and December, I was hitting the gym like 5 days a week, and I was like feeling good. But now I'm
What's on your gym playlist? Or is that your podcast time?
he's like nothing. I just fucking
stare into actually, I go with one of my buddies a lot, and so like it's usually I'm like talking with him. Ever since I started going again, I've only really gone alone maybe like 2 or 3 times, but every other time me and him, it's just easy to hold each other accountable. We're like, we're going tomorrow, cool. Then that day we're like, we're going. Even on days I get home from work, I'm like, fuck, I'm tired. He's like, no, we're going, and I'm like, okay. And then every time I go, I'm like, okay, I'm fucking super happy I did that. Yeah. So a lot of times it's just whatever the fuck the gym's playing, which is
I couldn't do it with that.
I mean, yeah. Some people are like, you're fucking insane.
Friday night.
Yeah. Literally, I swear to God, that song came on the last time I was at the gym, and I was like,
what are you doing if you're not lining up the first rep with the first bass drop of a breakdown?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm fucking weird. But I think goals for this year is just, I don't know, just fucking keep doing the gym, keep doing fucking therapy, just try and like do shit I want to do. Now that I have money, since I'm living at home, like I just want to, I'm saving it for sure, but I'm definitely like being like, no, like this is really stupid example, but like the other day I needed new work pants. The past few years, like I've literally just been buying like Costco like $10 fucking work pants, and they're fine or whatever. And I was like, you know what? I got some. I'm gonna buy some nice fucking work. I mean, they're only $50 or whatever, but I was like, I deserve this, and I can pay for this now, and work is getting busier. I'm like kind of up for a promotion right now that's like gonna happen within the next few weeks, which is crazy because it's like it is a lot more responsibility, but it's also a lot more money, which is gonna be cool. But hopefully, I didn't just jinx that. Fuck. But yeah. So
have you? So 2 questions. The first one, I know you guys are a little bit younger than us. Have you hit the age yet where Costco clothes look cool?
Well, dude, these are Costco pants. These are Costco pants.
Yeah.
These are and they're comfortable.
And I thought they were cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been buying more and more clothes at Costco lately. I'm like, dude, this is fucking sick.
Yeah. These pants are from fucking Costco that I'm wearing right now.
My second question is, so if you're back in therapy, are you doing in-person therapy or are you doing virtual?
Well, it's funny you say that. The first few sessions I had back with my therapist, I've had this therapist on and off for a really long time. She's fucking awesome. But the first few back, it was in person. But just recently, she was like, "Hey, our office is getting like renovated, so the next like couple months, it's gonna have to be like online." Which I was like, "Okay, whatever, that's fine." But once it's back in person, I'll go back. Which I think she said her office will be done being renovated in like April or some shit like that. So yeah.
I only ask because I've noticed a lot lately, a lot of people that I've talked to who've like recently started therapy or are getting back into therapy, it's like everybody's virtual. Because and I don't know if that's just how therapy is mainly now, is like through the screen, or if people are more comfortable that way, or if
it's the least amount of friction to connect the therapist to a person, I think, right?
But I can't. To me, I have to be in person with somebody.
I like doing in person more. It feels more personal.
Yeah,
obviously. But also, dude, how much I'm fucking paying this lady, I'd better be able to do it in fucking person, dude. I'd be pissed if I could. I'd be like, you fucking kidding me?
Like this Zoom call and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. That dude, that's like that's definitely one thing since I'm at home right now and I don't have rent currently. It's like I wouldn't be able to be in therapy right now if I was still like living where I was living. So it's like there's a lot of like, you give up one thing but fucking other things is like kind of like going better now, and and actually like fucking taking care of myself a lot more, which is good. And lost a shitload of weight, which was nice.
You did.
I was fucking tubby boy for a minute, dude. I was fucking like 183 for like that was like my heaviest. I'm like 161 right now, so. Dude, yeah, people were calling me fat in Portuguese on our music videos. When we first put them back. Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
It's the first time like running ads worldwide, and then
people were dogging me in other languages. I was like, bro,
your 30-second clips is like just like shown to like everyone and like who's like slight kind of interest in this kind of style of music, and I didn't realize that my band was so fat. I guess. Dude, they're like nice music, Baldy. When you hit translate,
I was like,
hit translate, it's like blind fats.
The
cholesterol band.
I was like, all right, what the fuck? But even after that, I fucking still was. I don't know. I was like, I don't look that's fine.
Yeah. But there was definitely a time where I would just be getting the comments, and I'm like, "This is really funny, but I can't show Ryan."
It was. But some of them, I'm happy he did show me.
I'm gonna screenshot it, but I'm gonna delete it.
It was, dude. I was like, "Fuck, man." Yeah. So, but and that felt good. I was like, just crazy. I was like, "Wow, who would have thought working out works?" That's crazy. But fucking. So I'm just trying to like focus on just doing things I want to fucking do. Yeah. And just fucking, it's like the first time ever, like after like a breakup, that I've actually like done the things you're supposed to do, and it's like, wow, it's crazy how this works. Who would have fucking thought?
Stop letting these chicks get to you, man. Switch to dudes.
Dude, honestly, bro. Dude, it's like the first time too after a breakup where I'm like, I like don't even want to like talk to girls.
There's something I wanted to ask you, Ryan. I mean, I'm not sure if you.
We're in the same space.
You want to dim those lights a little bit?
No. I'd be like, maybe this is something you can relate with me. For me, like, with me doing music for this long, I guess, since I met you, and me bringing up the fact that I want to accomplish more for myself or work on my skills or whatever to get to this goal or whatever, I'm deathly terrified of being really busy but not really having much to show for it. I feel like maybe you can relate to me, but like in the last year of us, like going through a relationship or whatever, I feel like I went through that a little bit. Like right before we put out the album, I was so locked in, like I was kind of recovering from my breakup during then, and I was kind of going through what you did, where it's like I'm like gonna lock in on the gym and like finish this album, I'm gonna save up money and do this, do that, and then like also you get into like I don't know, just like a period of time where you're not doing much, but it just feels like life is really busy, and like time goes by, and now we're older, and then we look back and it feels like I didn't accomplish much. That's something I deal with like a lot as I get older. I get.
Yeah, I feel that. I can agree with that. Yeah, you're like busy, but you're like, but what did I get out of any of this shit? Yeah.
What have I really been busy
You
with?
gotta be intentional with the busy, because like being busy just doesn't mean anything. Really,
I agree.
Right?
Yeah, I feel that. I try not to.
So I'm so scared of just like spending my time unintentionally like that now. And and me thinking about this just makes me stress out more too.
Giving yourself more and more anxiety.
Well, I think I think. How do I phrase this? I think what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to be less busy, which is like impossible. But I feel like I've been trying to be easier on myself when I go. It's like, hey, it's okay to like not fucking do anything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I wasn't doing like shit last summer, when like work was really slow, then like I went through my breakup or whatever, and then right after my breakup, I purposely was like, okay, Jim, be busy, do this, and then I was like, dude, it's okay to like, because in my head I was like, well, if I fucking don't do anything, I'm just gonna end up in the same situation and be like depressed like I was last summer, and I'm just gonna fucking sit around and drink and like not do shit. But like now I'm like, dude, no. So like literally it was like the first couple months after my breakup, I just was constantly doing shit and was like picking up all this extra work. even up until very recently, dude, like all of January, I was working like every weekend in January, like Monday through Friday, and then Saturday I'd go do like a side job. And then Sunday was my only day off, and it wasn't even like a day off because I was like doing laundry or just kind of getting ready for the next fucking week or like whatever. And then it literally was just up until like a few weeks ago where I finally was like, I started saying no to fucking some extra work. So I was like, I don't need, like, the extra money is nice, but I'm like, I can take a fucking break and like it's okay to like just chill. I know that didn't answer your question at all.
No. But it brings me another question for you guys. When No Bragging Rights is really active and you guys signed to Pure Noise and you're doing all the things that like a successful band is supposed to be doing, did you feel like what I'm talking about right now, where it's like you feel like if you don't put in the work now, there'll be someone else who's gonna put in that work to take that spot?
Yeah, I think because as you guys were talking, I was kind of like thinking about like my own, like how I would answer that question. And when MBR was like basically full time, I for myself one thing that I did for, because I'm not somebody that can just like, I'm not gonna just like scream my whole set or do anything like that. For me, I was like, okay, we have our time off. Every day that we were home, I would run 2 miles, and that was just my way of like, this is gonna help me on stage. Yeah. And this is going to help my voice. And so, like, that was me. Like, that's how I treated this. Is like, even though we're not playing right now, even though we're in between tours or whatever, I still need to be, like, I need to be ready always. I need to make sure that when we do get the offer or whatever is coming up, that, like, I'm always ready to go.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys, but, like, for me, like, the mentality that I've always had when I approach my music is I always tell myself, like, no one else can sing these songs. And if someone else does, like, then I need to be the best person to perform these songs. Yeah. And however that looks. So, like, you know, like I said, for me, it used to be running. I don't really run anymore, if I'm being honest. But I do sing more than I ever have in my life. And so, like, I'm trying to make my voice stronger, which is weird because I feel like singing now, the most I've ever done in my life, like, my scream is crazier than it's ever been. Like,
sure, yeah,
it's like, we just recorded last weekend in Nebraska, and so, like, going in, it was also a very different approach than what we've been.
Seems like you really impressed yourself with your own screams after singing a lot. Right?
I was surprised. Yeah. Well, actually, I wasn't surprised. I was surprised at the reaction of my guys, because for me, I feel like I'm just in the moment. So, like, I'm just doing what I feel like. Okay, this is how I record. Like, yeah. And the response from my guys made me realize, like, oh, you're doing something.
That's actually the best feeling, when you feel like you did something and you're like, oh, I thought that was all right, and then people are saying, like, no, that was great. I felt that when you came to record your like little feature part, because he wasn't in the band, but then he had a feature, and then Ryan hasn't screamed in years, and then we got him back in the studio. He just looked like he wasn't having fun. He was just like, whatever, I'll scream this part. And then we were in the control room. We're like, damn, dude, he still got it.
Yeah, that was like the first time I like didn't.
Cause you remember that?
Yeah. And I was like fucking smoking meth and everything. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna fucking go. I was like, I have no idea how this is gonna go. But yeah, I was like, I gotta fucking. All I know is I have
jaw
fucking,
clenched and just.
I was like, I gotta get through this so I can get back to my apartment and start taking apart this dishwasher I have in my fucking backyard.
Yeah, I gotta start microdosing you. Just.
Yeah.
No. Dude,
you seem a little distracted, Ryan. You know?
Yeah.
So lock in right now.
Dude, you know what's like? I don't want to keep talking about the meth thing, but
no, dude, we can. It's totally cool.
What's wild is, like, you made this comment earlier, like, yeah, for the first time in my life I had money problems, and the fact that you didn't have money problems when you were on meth is fucking wild, dude.
Meth is
you
cheap.
had the best drug experience, it sounds like, than anybody ever.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, meth
came out unscathed.
Yeah,
I really did. Yeah, I'm very lucky I came out as unscathed as I did. Unless none of this is real right now, I don't fucking know, but.
Yeah.
He's just
I'm actually insane. I'm just talking to
in the dishwasher that he disassembled right now.
I could be in a mental hospital right now, and you guys aren't even here. I don't fucking know.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, I mean, meth is pretty fucking cheap.
Yeah.
It is, and so there's that. But also, dude, it's just like, dude, like.
So this Breaking Bad doesn't make sense.
I mean, I will also, I mean, I don't know. I definitely
he
wasn't
moved a lot of
getting-
it.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't doing that level of.
Yeah, and yeah, there's
Pure,
yeah,
yeah.
there's no way it was as pure as that for sure.
I say that like I was there. He wasn't doing.
No, Heisenberg.
Yeah, he didn't have the fucking blue shit.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of times I'm smoking that shit, and I was like, "There's for sure some other stuff in here that shouldn't be in here," but that's not
They
stopping
cut
me.
this with some funny shit.
Yeah, but didn't stop me.
Rat poison.
Probably,
Dude.
but yeah, but what were we talking about before this?
Oh, so dude, I think you were flying back or something, and Martin hit me up. He's like, dude, you need to hear what Mike did in the studio. I was like, cool. So he sent me the first track, and I listened, and I've heard these through the demos and everything like that, and I was like, damn, like fucking, this sounds sick. Like your voice sounds strong. And then he sent me the second track, and I just started sending Martin like emoji faces, like just all the stank faces that I could fucking find in the library. And I was like, what did you guys do to Mike to piss him off before he recorded this? Because this shit sounds so fucking heavy. And dude, I don't think that people are prepared for the level of no bragging rights shit that is coming out.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't think that they are, because it's like, you guys sound so heavy,
Old? Oh, okay.
old and heavy. But like, yeah, it's. I'm not just saying that because we sit in a room every week, like,
I mean, that's awesome. I know you joke about you being old and everything, but it's harder to get better at vocals when you get older, right? So it's
Dude, fuck yeah, it is. Dude, yeah.
so that's
Well,
awesome. That's,
So it's kind of weird because so the last couple weeks I've been listening because I watched one of our more recent sets with the 1720 show, and I felt like I'm not screaming anymore. I used to scream. I feel like I'm more yelly.
yeah.
Which is like a direction, obviously, like in hardcore to be more yelling. And I was like, maybe that's where I need to be if I'm gonna be, if I'm singing, I sing a higher register. Maybe I should really lean into just a higher, more yelly
pitch scream almost, right?
Yeah. And I was like, it's probably easier on my throat. And then I went back to listen to like our other albums and then videos of us touring in like, from 2011 to like 2013. And I was like, no, I used to scream. Like I used to like, I need to do that. Like that's what it was. So I was like, I need to get back to that. So I was trying to like, I was like watching. Actually, I supposed to book time with that. He's a dude that does like YouTube scream videos. It's
David something, long hair guy.
Yeah. And so I'm supposed to do a session with him, but I've watched all his stuff and like, so I've gotten a lot of tips from him just through his videos basically, and his warm ups and all the stuff he does. So like I've been doing a lot of that, and like, so my whole thing was like I want to just get my voice back to what it was. Like I'm not trying to do anything different. And then it sounds different. So, but I think it's also because it's the most I've ever sang in my life. Like aside from like touring, like I sing every day pretty much when I'm driving, and like different stuff. So I feel
like your scream voice got seasoned in like a different way.
Yeah.
Almost, where it's like yeah, that's awesome.
So, yeah. I don't know where we were going with that, but
Well, I always try to push Ryan to do more, and I always push myself to be a better singer too. So it's really interesting to get feedback on how the end result kind of comes out sometimes of you not trying to get that result, but then by trying all these other things, and then through those experiences, like you sound a certain way, right? I think that's cool.
yeah, I bet with whatever you're writing, like this 30-day challenge that you've given yourself, you're probably not going to realize it until it happens. Because like I said, I went to record thinking like, man, I hope I can at least sound like what I used to sound like, and then it's something different. I bet you when you start to write some of the stuff, you're going to be like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for too. And I'm also like trying to sing scales every day, like little Melissa Cross exercises.
Yeah,
Hell
dude,
yeah.
she's good.
She's good.
Yeah.
She's good.
The person I look up to a lot right now as a guitarist and singer is like Jesse from Era, where he's just like tapping and singing.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
damn, like how?
Yeah, my brain doesn't work that way. I can either play my power chords or maybe hold a tune. Can't do both at the same time.
Yeah, you gotta listen to a lot of propaganda.
I'm all right. Leave Ryan to the shredding, and he's out. So
yeah, after this, I can give you some of my vocal warm up stuff.
Oh yeah,
that I do.
awesome. I'm all ears.
Yeah, send me that too.
Yeah.
I need to try. I definitely, admittedly, I need.
do you warm up before?
Yeah. I warm up.
I'm like a nagging mom. Like,
He
did you warm up?
He just got me on the vocal mist shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I got it I was like, this shit's a scam.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. I was like, I don't think there's gonna be any difference. And the first practice we had after like I used it, and all of them were like, dude, you sounded really fucking good tonight at practice. And I just was like, still in my head, I was like, oh, damn, I think I just sounded how I normally sounded. And then when we played, I used it for the first time before a show, the last show we played in LA, and I think I sounded really good at the show. At least in my in-ears, I could tell that I was like, okay, I feel like I just...
Is it like the heat pot thing or whatever?
It's we'll send it to you. There's like this little thing, and you put like the saline in it, and it kind of like vapes it essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it actually worked, and it comes with like a whole bunch of the
It
fucking.
kind of replicates being in like a steam room, right?
Yeah.
But
Well, that
it's
was the
not
thing
hot.
is when I was doing it, that's what I was like. I feel no different. Like it didn't feel any different when I was using it, but then I could tell when I was like actually up and like screaming. I was like, okay, like maybe this is not a scam, and it actually is working.
Do you use any tools like that, or like the straw thing? Or...
No, so it's funny. I for the first time in my life, I did the straw thing when we were recording. But it wasn't like a straight straw thing. It was just like I have a big ass water bottle, and I just was blowing bubbles and doing scales into it. No, the only real thing is we and I credit Justin from Cody and Rocky, but he told us about elevation masks and like running in those or even trying to sing in those because it's restrictive. So he like forces you to really fight for that. Like getting it for me, I like it because it helps me like condition like those quick, strong breaths.
Oh.
So I'm not doing like a big like, it's like just like really strong. So I feel like when I sing in the mask, because it's hard to breathe, that it helps that. I'm sure there's probably like someone out there's like that's awful for you.
No, it sounds like you're just creating more like resistance for you to draw air. So
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
I used to do the most. I used to have like a weighted vest and I would jump rope and I have the mask on
Oh damn!
and I'm singing.
Over that, man.
I know, right? That's like the one thing that's for sure since I'm just getting older is like my endurance live.
Yeah.
Like it's just I'm like fuck, man, this is hard. Like, if you're just in practicing and you're just standing and not moving, I'm like, hey, that was a fucking breeze. The show's gonna be fine. But then I go play, and especially like at the chain show, that show is nuts. So it's like hard, I can't just stand still. I'm like, I gotta fucking move, and like the fucking adrenaline hits you. So I start moving, but then the more I move, the more I'm like fucking running out of breath and getting tired and like fucking missing, like just talking a part that I should have screamed. That when I did it in practice and I'm standing still, I can do it perfectly. But and then he'll be like, bro, you gotta like move less, and I'm like, I know, but do you fucking see how crazy this show is? Like, how do I not, dude? Like, it's just something takes over me, and I'm like,
It's
fucking
kind of
roll
like
pussies.
it's kind of your style too. That you have very like rigid, like I don't know how to say. Like your movements are very like aggressive and fast and constant.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, it must be hard to scream doing that.
Yeah, it fucking is. But I did it to myself because I feel like that's just like
Yeah.
the style of my like stage presence that I've just always had. And I don't know. It's as dumb as it may sound. I feel like it's like a staple of me when I perform. It's like I have I don't know.
Oh, not your vocals. I got it.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, that too. I mean, yes, that too. I would hope so, but like I'm like, well, fuck. If I look cool, who cares what my vocals sound like? I don't know.
Sure.
People like, yeah, you're the only one.
Jump rope, dude.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, well, in the gym, I've been doing a lot more cardio and shit, which is that's the thing too. Is I'm not one of those people. I'm like, I fucking hate cardio. I'm like, dude, I can like run and like I'm people are like I fucking hate running. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. I'm like, dude, you just it's like the most basic instinct. Just go. Just don't stop. Just go.
It's just so boring.
It's so boring.
Yeah. And I get that. But to me, I'm like, okay, well, this doesn't like bother me when I do it. People are like, oh, that's so annoying. And I like hate how I feel. I'm like, dude, I can just you just go.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a picture of myself with my hands on my knees, and I was like, never again. So then that's when I started running. So
Yeah, I've found myself trying to do a lot more cardio lately because we're getting ready to start tracking now that like pre-production is mostly done for the EP, and like going back into like vocal mode instead of guitar. I'm having to like prepare myself to do this shit all over again because it's been over a year since Torture Culture has played, and it's nice to hide behind a guitar, but now being back up front, I'm like, okay, I gotta fucking start running again. Like I pulled the elevation mask out the other day and not.
Are
in
you
good
only
shape.
singing? Or are you playing guitar and singing?
No, I'm
Only
straight
singing? Oh, okay.
vocals. Yeah. And this is like probably the heaviest shit we've ever written. And vocally I'm doing a lot more, like a lot faster cadence shit, like a little rappier, a little like, and so just trying to make sure that I have the stamina to fucking do all of it and deliver it the way I want it to. And I don't want to cop out on it and just like be lazy about it. So I'm having to do a lot more like fucking training just to get myself back to that place to where I can do that and still be jumping around on stage and still have stage presence and not just like mic stand it and stand still. So yeah, there's a lot of like trying to pull out all the stops and do the most. Like, let's start jump roping again. Let's fucking run on the treadmill and sing while I'm on the treadmill, incline, all this shit.
Just scream on the treadmill at the gym.
Dude,
and the thing about all this is like, even when I was doing like weighted vest, jump roping, elevation mask, it was so that I like basically, it kind of looked like I did when I was, 10 years ago or whatever. It wasn't even like I was doing new shit. It was just like, it was just so that I could not look that tired on stage. That's all it was.
We have this running joke between us where like when we're both on stage, at any point if we see each other like lean over and put the hands on the knees, you're like, you fucking did it, man. You old ass man.
There's a difference between putting your hands on your knees and taking a knee.
Shut up. That's a cop out now.
It's taking a knee, dude. Letting you guys have your moment. I disappear. Let everyone else do their thing.
A few years back, we played Tough Love, and he decided to live stream their set when they played. And he fucking leans over and puts his hands on his knees right in front of his phone. And then he looks at it. He's like,
that was in a cholo squat. Yeah.
I'm impressed that you guys are so like sharp on yourself like that, where you're kind of like anticipating that this is going to be hard to deliver. So you're going to put in the work to be able to do that. Like, we gotta start thinking more like that too, man.
Dude. It comes with age, man.
I was about to say it gets on you quick, man.
It's a new variable that's approaching us very fast.
Dude, when I was in my 20s on tour, I didn't give a shit. I was like, yeah, I could do this. It's fine,
dude. Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, like doing the 2 miles, like every day and stuff like that felt like a cheat code for me because I was able to do the whole set and I was moving the whole time, and I'd like get complimented for like being able to maintain my voice throughout a tour.
Yeah.
We're like, dang, how do you still like sing? And it's like, I run. Like I run and I warm up. Make sure I always warm up. And but like if I was doing all the shit I was doing now, like back then, I felt like I could have probably done like backflips and stuff on stage or something crazy. But now it's just to maintain.
Do you drink at all?
Yeah.
How does that affect your singing?
He
I
just
feel like
slurs his words a lot
I can't
more.
sing at all if I have like a sit vocal. I think it just dries out, and the way that reverberates, the way that it, I don't know, projects.
I think so. A couple things. So I always make sure the night before I hydrate super hard. Like I joke, but it's like I say, I drink to the point of like, I'm gonna take a piss basically. Like I'm gonna pee myself tonight. Like that's the joke, but I try to do that. So the next morning I wake up, I feel like my voice feels almost like ready to go. Feels like super, hydrated. And then I just make sure that I do that. I stay hydrated before the set. Do my warm up. Sleep is huge, but hydration, I think it's like the easy one to do. It's a lot of water before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, it's your turn now. we've been skipping around
Oh, yeah.
mental
I
health.
know. Dude, I've been all right. Member of my family has been dealing with a ton of health issues. And ended up in emergency surgery last week. So a bunch of us were like in the hospital, kind of like in and out of the hospital, hanging out. So a few late nights, and she's good now. She's in recovery. Should be discharged hopefully in the next few days. Other than that, it's been, like Mike said, like we've all had super busy schedules. I have like three ongoing projects right now between Easy Out and Torch Culture, and then the metalcore shit, Midnight Brigade. We have a new single that's about to drop soon ish. And then yeah, it's been a lot of just like nonstop when we're like kind of finished with what we need to do here. Okay, here's some more shit that needs to get picked up and keep going. And then so the Vegas weekend was kind of like a nice little, like, let's get away for a weekend. Even though we're playing, it's a cool little like chill show. Like we got to surprise you with Ryan Sievers.
Awesome.
And you know, just being able to just kind of take a few days and relax, and then like I took some time off work too, so that I didn't have to rush back and like have to be straight back at work Monday morning. So yeah, it's been busy, but a good busy. But you know, I'm kind of like you. Like I don't do well with time off.
Yeah.
So I always have to find things to do, or like projects that need to be taken care of. Like I'm off work tomorrow, but I already know like there's like 10 things in the house that need to be fixed, and it's like, oh, I have a day off. Now's the day to fucking do all those 10 things that need to be fixed. So, but yeah, there's just, even though it's been busy and even though there's just been some other shit going on, like there's a lot of cool stuff that is happening too that kind of like keeps me going, keeps me driving forward. Like I'm very stoked to start like tracking this new record. Very stoked to be able to start playing shows again, and like, you know, like Easy Out's fun, playing guitar's rad, but like it's a different feeling when it's you know, when you're up front and you're singing and shit like that. So stoked to do that again.
Oh, you're singing for the metalcore one?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, both the metalcore band and for Torture Culture. Yeah, I was.
He's a vocalist, and it's wild that he like took on
Guitar
for Easy Out, because we're a skate punk band, but it's still like there's a lot of like pushes and stuff.
Yeah,
like fuck, dude, that's your.
Yeah, for Easy Out, like we're a skate punk band, but Ryan, who really writes the majority of the songs, is also like equal part skate punk and then like 80s hair metal. So like a lot of what he does is just like this 80s style shred that gets implemented into Easy Out quite a bit. And here's me like, I play some power chords and stuff, dude. I'll do that. So it's been like the past few years have just been like a crash course on like, hey, relearn how to play your guitar. And so there's a lot of shit that I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna fucking figure it out. And then that's been like the, all right, well, now that I'm playing guitar seriously, let's buy a shitload of them to figure out like what I like to play and what I don't, and then you know, let's just try this. And so it's been cool. Like it's cool to step back and not have to be the face of a band, right? Like not have to have that front man role where you're like everybody's looking at you because you're up front. And it's nice to kind of like step back. Kind of wish I was playing bass though, because these songs are hard as shit to play. But yeah, so like, well, once we finish up, I'll show you guys some of the new shit that we've been working on, and it's fun. Like I'm just excited. I'm excited for things that we've been working on for so long to finally start like getting close to being released. You know, so
seems like you're almost at the last stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you know it never stops after that. You're like, all right, this record's done. Let's do the next
exactly.
one. So
That's what was nice about this last year. Like I felt like we put so much work into like the album, And for me personally, dude, I hate is a strong word, but I that process is always just like, I'm like, dude, I just want to get to playing shows.
Yeah.
You know, because the album turned out great, and I'm like very proud of it. And it was actually a year old yesterday, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I was super proud of it. But like once we then got in the swing of playing shows last year, I just was like, okay, fine. Like it just was like, okay, cool. I can do like the part that I really really like now. Like
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the cool thing about our album. That's kind of a little different is that now we finally have songs out with you on it. So it's like that's like the first time we have music. That you can come see live. That's
It was weird. That,
This is the band.
Well, it was weird because for literally like 2 years or even longer than that, people were like, oh, like where can I listen to you? I'm like, well, here's this EP, but I'm not on it.
What about the feature song? You know that feature?
They're like,
that's me
I have
on it.
one part
See,
on
I thought of everything.
yeah. So it was cool.
There was the one time when we played a out of state show, and then our vocalist that was on the EP, he sounds a lot different than Ryan. Ryan has this like just constant sweet like mid range, and Nathan that was our vocalist back then, he had these like piercing highs and super guttural lows. And I remember like someone came up to Ryan and was like, "Yeah, you sounded good, but you definitely sounded different."
Yeah, and I was like, "It's because it's not me."
Like,
and the guy, I remember the guy just being like, "I don't get it.
understand.
Like, what's happening right now?" And I was like, "I don't know."
Like I've evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried something new, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. But yeah, it was just the whole, the process of getting it done and like recording and just, but once you got that product and it was just exactly like what like we wanted, I just was like, fuck yeah, I can't. Now we get to just like play shows, and all we did last year was really just play shows. But now we're getting back into the writing process of everything, and it's just like, fuck, here we go again. Like not like, and like it's not. Like I said, I feel like I'm making it sound like I fucking hate this. I don't. It's just like I don't know. For me, the fun part is, it's fucking playing shows.
Yeah.
Like that is the fun part. This is like the grind part of it. We're just like, fuck, we gotta like lock in and make sure this is, and then Minju's like, I wrote this, and then, I'm like, well, like, what if we change this? Then we go to like our producer, and then he's like, we're gonna change this, and it's like, just the whole process of.
Dude, some people love the recording process, and some people love just the performance process.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of times they're not the same.
Yeah, dude, I don't like the recording process.
I hate the recording process, dude.
I feel like I'm like the worst like fucking vocalist in the world, and then I feel better about it when it's done, but it's like all the lead up, I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah.
But then too, and that the thing I think that gets me about the recording process and like the writing and everything is, a lot of times too, once it's out, you're stoked that it's out, but then you as a person get over it really quickly because you're like, fuck, I've already heard these songs like 1,000 fucking times now. And everyone's like, oh, like they're getting to hear it for the first time, and that's great. But it's also then you're already like, I'm fucking over this shit already.
It's old now.
Imagine what I deal with.
Yeah.
I'm way older than
Yeah. It's way older to you
I've
than
had
it
that
is
riff
to
for
me.
5 years.
Yeah.
Hey, I like this question for, so you guys, your album has been out for a year. What song, in your opinion, hits different live than on
that's
the album?
a good question because it's one of the songs that we thought was the worst one.
Yes, dude.
Yeah,
Always.
That proves that's the best live song, and then that's like a point that I was trying to like explain to Ryan too. Is like there's some songs that we wrote that some of them he's stoked about, some of them he's not so stoked about it, but I kind of told him like we don't know how these are gonna translate until we put them out. Sure.
Yeah.
That's another variable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the first song called "Nothing to Me." That's like it's like ancient riffs too. That's like the oldest song.
Yeah, it is the oldest song.
And I was just like, man,
when I joined the band, Minju was like, "This song's already done and the lyrics are already like written for it." And I just was like, I've been hearing that song since 2022, but it wasn't out to the world until 2025.
Dang.
But that is kind of like the unspoken beauty about this whole process is that we are all jaded from working on this for so long, but so that by the time that it comes out, it's not that exciting. But I feel like we did put in a lot of work, and then we did put out the album a year ago, and then to me, like, I thought it would reach more ears and get us more opportunities, whatever. So I was kind of a little like bummed out a little bit, but also at the same time, just kind of, I was like, I guess this just means I got to do better and I got to just make better products. So that's just the tough game, tough name of the game. And then I realized that it pays off way later and different times than you think. Like if we didn't make the album when we did and put it out where we did, and then have been playing these shows, like, here and there. Who knows if you're gonna get another opportunity to like headline Chain for the last show,
Yeah.
or like get invited to play with Norma Jean. Even though those kind of stuff like didn't really seem like it was in the cards when we're putting out the album, because like I feel like we have different kind of like hopes of how it's received to other people, and then it's just like a little less than you would hope to. So just like, meh, I guess I gotta do better. But yeah, it's only at the end of the year last year where I feel like, wow, we were finally like reaping the benefit of working hard in ways that it doesn't totally correlate or connect. But if we didn't do the work, like all those things wouldn't have lined up that way.
Yeah,
So
I agree with
it's
that.
important to like think about that aspect when I come to like, oh yeah, like I don't want to listen to these songs anymore. I feel like the album's just so old now, even if it's like a year old. But there's a different kind of life to it that's there that as a creator don't really get to see sometimes, or get like you overlook a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Easy Out has a couple of those songs that are gonna be coming out soon that are like years old,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like all of us are kind of tired of, like, we have demo-itis. We're like, whatever.
Yeah.
But then it's gonna reach like a whole new audience now that they're coming out. So
Yeah. And something that's always fun about a new album is, so it'll probably be at least a year, maybe 2 years in between your guys' albums, right? More or less.
Yeah.
So when you release your new album, all the people that were riding with you, all these new fans are gonna start showing up, and so your fans who've been with you are gonna be like, well, fuck that, we were here first. So then your old songs are gonna be super elevated because they're gonna be like, you have all those people who like fucked with you before,
Yeah.
and they're gonna feel stronger connection because they're like, well, we were here first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though you're gonna have new people coming into that album, which is rad, and so you're gonna feel like, man, some of these songs I remember experiencing this with like every album where it's like, we played that song for 3 fucking years, and you
nobody
guys
gave
didn't
a
give a
shit.
shit.
Yeah, nobody gave a fuck.
Now you're asking for it? Fuck you. Like, no. You had your chance. We played it for years.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, I feel like that's always been fun because it's like you're always gonna find someone who's like, I like the old shit better.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I like the old Kanye.
Well, I'm stoked for that to happen to us.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess that did kind of happen with like that one song when we were playing at the compound. Like some guys like, oh yeah, Shaylee's on that song.
Oh yeah.
We're like,
yeah.
we don't even play that song.
Yeah,
anymore.
we don't even fucking play that song anymore. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, the whole writing process is just, to me at least, he does all the fucking writing, but like even with like lyrics and stuff, because we both, this was the first time for the album we both really contributed to like lyrics. Like in our past bands before, I just sat in my room and I did all of it like on my own.
Sure.
But this was the first time where we both sat down together, and like, there's some songs where like I had more stuff on it. There's songs where like he had more stuff on it, but like, in the end.
I think it's a good system because I feel like we have such a different style lyrically, and then like
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes yours is like a little too loose and mine's like too focused in a sense, and like where it's like trying to put in as many like syllables into this meter.
Well,
so that it makes sense,
that's what, yeah, that's where like he's like, all right, it's gonna like the pattern will be like and I'm like, where do I breathe?
Sure.
Where do I breathe? Or even like in the studio, like there was parts, like specifically I remember the 2-step in oh my god, I don't even remember the song names. I only know the demo names still.
2-inch mid.
Yeah, 2-inch Minj is which is personality glitch. In that 2-step when we just didn't have vocals, but we wrote vocals to that part, and Mike was like, where our producer's name is also Mike, but he was just like, we're not gonna have vocals here, and we were like, well, we wrote a part here, and he was,
get fucked.
yeah, we're like, the song's done, this song sucks now, and he's like, no, like just hear it. And I remember he's like, well, all right, record it, like let me hear it. And so we recorded it, and he's like, all right, now I'm just gonna mute it and like listen to it. And at first we were like, well, I was like, no, he's got a point because I can breathe now. But I remember you at first were like, oh.
No, I get like really emotionally like attached and married to parts where it's hard for me to see what Mike's trying to say sometimes. He's like, and I know that I understand in the back of my mind that he sees something in like the grand picture that I don't,
Yeah.
and I just have to trust it, and then it ends up being
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it always ends
Years
up,
later, I'm like, oh, yeah.
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 I mean, sometimes you fight. You choose your battles.
Yeah.
Choose your battles.
No, I do have to choose my battle.
Well, but we both do it because like I'll be like I don't really like this like I was like we could change this riff part here and I could hear in Minju's head he's like you fucking write it and he's like you fucking do it then but then it's the same thing for me right? I'll be like this line is sick and Minju's just like this shit was whack. Like why are you even saying that? And I'm like
how many more ex-girlfriends are gonna scream about it? We get it.
You write what you know, man.
yeah dude fuck.
Well, dude, speaking of jams, man, let's add some jams to the playlist. So we have a Spotify playlist for Walking Blind. I want you guys to pick a Blindwolf song, and then
We're gonna argue about which one to choose for that.
you guys pick
No,
one.
you
Okay,
guys,
one
you
each.
guys
All right,
just get one.
sick.
And then on top of that, what's a song that you guys have been jamming? No genre restrictions, no rules. What's the song that you guys have been jamming lately that you want to throw on the playlist?
You wanna go first?
For Blindwolf, I would throw on Personality Glitch. For just a song, I've been really back into Counterparts again lately. I mean, they've always been one of my favorite fucking bands, but I go in waves with them. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna right now for sure them. I'll do a Martyr Left Alive.
Solid.
You guys fuck with Counterparts?
Love Counterparts.
Yeah.
Do it.
I think that EP they put out, what was it, last year or 2 years ago, whatever it was. I think that's the best thing they've done in a fucking while.
I really connected with that band. I know Ryan's just so tired of me hearing this, but that was like I think that was my favorite band for the longest time, but it just doesn't do it for me anymore. It's so sad.
I still love them. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair.
I'm not gonna lie. A eulogy for those still here, and Nothing Left to Love. Those two albums, I kind of was like, "Fuck, are they like losing it a little bit for me?" But then when they put out that EP like last year, whatever it was, I was like, "Okay, like they're back." So I don't know how into Counterparts you are.
I love
But,
Counterparts. Yeah.
so when they fucking the difference between Hell and Home. What was the one after that? A Tragedy Will Find Us, and You're Not You Anymore. Like that 3-album run, I just was like, oh my god, this is like the best 3-album run ever. And then they put the 2 albums out after that, and I was like, fuck,
I don't like this.
Yeah, I didn't not like it, but I get where Minju's saying, where I was like, fuck, it is kind of rinse and repeating a little bit.
Sure.
So when they put out that EP, like I said, last year, 2 years ago, whenever it was, I was like, oh my god, this is so refreshing because it's still Counterparts but different, and I really like it.
They just, sorry, like, to cut you off.
No,
I
you're
feel
good.
like they kind of like changed the way they structure their songs. Like they always stood out to me as like catchy without having verse, chorus, bridge. They always like progress their sound from like one end of the song to the other in ways that you wouldn't think it would work, but it would always work perfectly. And then those albums that you're talking about where you feel like they kind of started doing like the verse chorus thing, where it's just like kind of like made it not cool. And then I feel like they just kind of went, instead of going back to what made them cool, they just went like more heavy and aggressive.
Yeah.
Still missing the like what made them cool to me, I think.
Dude, we get it. You hate them.
No, I still listen to a lot of their older stuff.
Dude,
Yeah.
so a kind of funny, like, if you look at the flyer, like, oh shit. But it was, we did a tour with A Plea for Purging.
We
And-
played that show, I think.
Yeah, Plea for Purging Counterparts.
Yeah.
And you Mirror Image Studios, and
Yeah.
we played that show.
Dude, it was,
You guys played that show?
Yeah, we were like fucking like 19, dude.
that's crazy.
No one was at the show because For the Fallen Dreams was playing at like Pomona or something.
No, they're playing Chain that night, I think.
Was that the
No.
not that mirror image show?
No.
Yeah. I forgot
wish
that
I had
you guys
started.
totally did fucking
Yeah.
play that.
It
Yeah,
was,
we
it was Gideon, right?
no, it was Plea for Purging Counterparts. I guess
Shy Halud.
Shy Halud.
Yeah.
I don't think that was us then.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we played with Counterparts then, but it was like right after they put out.
I feel like we played with you guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you guys did play that show.
We did play with Gideon too, so.
We did?
Well, not that. Not the show that we're thinking about, but we just have in the past.
We did win.
We played with Sworn In at least, like with Gideon and Chain.
Oh
And then
yeah,
there was
that's
another
one,
time
that's
we played
right.
with
Yeah.
Gideon, too. And I'm trying to. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's old. It's an old memory now.
Yeah.
trying to
Meth
think.
ruined a lot of my old memories.
But we had for the Plea for Purging, because it was Plea for Purging, 100th, us,
Yeah, that's the show.
Gideon, and then just randomly Counterparts was like, we were like crossing paths, So Counterparts opened the show, but it's like it was Counterparts, Gideon, us, 100th, Plea for Purging.
That's such a stacked lineup.
Was this
But it was
20?
like
Was
a-
this 2012?
Everybody watching the show.
It was like
this,
yeah,
'cause that
2000
stage was
yeah,
so
2012,
hot.
2011.
It was 2012. We did the one at Mirror Images with pretty much all those bands you said. So maybe I don't know, but
Maybe.
I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't know why I would say I feel like we played with Goliath that show.
nah, they did
Dang,
play that
Goliath.
show too.
I just remember the stage at that place being like,
Yeah, it's fucking like
fuck up there.
yeah, it's like
Was it Apocalypse, maybe?
What even happened to that venue?
Mirror Image?
Yeah.
Who knows?
all right, Minju, your turn for the playlist.
Oh yeah. Fuck, I have a hard time picking a song.
What about for Blindwolf? What song?
Blindwolf, I feel like I want to say a song that translates better online than live, which is surprising because I really like the song. Is Brother's Ghost.
Brothers Ghost.
Yeah. And let's see. With the new sound that we're trying to do, we're like changing tunings, trying to take different influences, and one of the influences that I've been taking is like the new metal stuff, and it's a song by Ocean Grove that I've been jamming a lot called Junkies. So maybe that one,
Ocean Grove. Junkies.
which is a lot different than this typical style of music that I listen to.
Hell yeah. Mike?
This is a song that means a lot to me. It's Massachusetts from Ylvis.
Fucking hate this.
Every now and then I gotta throw a fucking.
Yeah, I should have said Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, dude, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Dude, you know who I just watched a video of, and I was like, "Fuck, dude!" There's like they were catchy, but I didn't realize how fucking good they were. Was Blues Traveler? Did you guys ever listen to them?
No.
Dude, watch the live version of them singing the hook. Fuck, dude, it's crazy. His voice is insane. The band is insane, but like his voice.
Blues Driver.
Blues Traveler.
Traveler.
They were like a '90s, like I don't know.
The song Hook.
Yeah. And then like listen, like the song itself is awesome, but if you could find like the live version, they like performed for like Howard Stern's birthday or something like in the '90s, and he's just fucking, yeah, he was so good. Michael, what are you putting on?
I'm going to add on the new Easy Out single, Be Kind, Rewind, because we haven't been
Oh yeah,
pushing it very much.
yeah, shit.
Yeah. Sick.
Be Kind, Rewind.
Well, boys, thank you guys so much for fucking coming and hanging out with us, man.
Yeah,
Stoked you guys were here. You guys want to plug socials?
Blindwolf Band.
Blindwolf Band.
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
guess you can go follow our personal shit if you really want to, but
You wanna
band's more important.
plug- Band's more important.
Yeah.
Well, for us, it's at Walking Blind Pod everywhere. WalkingBlindPod@gmail.com for that email address. I don't even know why I continue to say it these days.
So we can have the big time
Yeah.
bestsellers.
The big time bestsellers that reach out that want to be on the show. Thank you. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast. At least your producers say that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, fucking, we love you guys.
Love you
Thank you guys so much.
Love you too. Thanks
Love
for
you
having us.
guys. Peace.